Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 31 of the Loud Equals Funny podcast.
We're
Hello.
Uh,
all we're all
yeah,
very sleepy, and
Some of
we
us have
we
been
put off
sick.
I've
sick,
been I've been sick. I'm sleepy, and I've been smoking.
and now I'm recording. I
Hey,
did a bunch of horrible cooking one day, and then the
I
next day I was gonna do the podcast, and I'm like, no, I think I just need to sit in a chair and stare.
after the things you
I
consume.
understand.
Ah man, yeah, that was a fun stream actually. How long has it been since you've done a cooking stream?
Oh, it was like the summer.
Yeah.
It's been a while. I fucking hurt my back getting the computer back up the stairs, so
Fuck.
I'm now justified in being like, I don't want to do another one, but I do want to do another. It was pretty good, and
You,
we have
you
more
might need to get a
recipes to get
laptop
through.
for the next one.
Yeah, like
Uh,
just a laptop that's good enough to run, whatever live
Just
software you
oh yeah,
use.
OBS and a camera, which probably get cheaper.
yeah, I mean, I guess so. I have my current laptop. The fucking worst thing in the world is that my current laptop is like basically too slow for Windows 10, but I've been
Yeah,
Oh,
trying to install Windows XP on it for a little nostalgia thing, play some old games. It's too good for Windows XP.
so you have
So
a
maybe
beta
now
8.1.
machine.
I'm literally just like, let's do fucking 7, I guess. I don't know. Maybe.
What if it's too shit for fucking 7 and you have to be on Vista? You got that sweet spot
Oh
computer.
man, I've never used Vista. That would be exciting.
Uh,
I assume there's probably like a fan fixed version of Vista now or something.
Service Pack 1 is actually really good. It's just that base Vista was so fucking awful. I had a laptop that used Vista for like 4 years, and it was
Yeah,
also in that
Vista.
weird level of like couldn't upgrade to fucking 7.
Well, at least I'd be able to play Halo 2 on PC, so that's the one thing.
But you can play
Halo
Halo 2 now
2.
on PC.
That's the joke thing.
God, I'm a fucking boomer.
Well, we have a very action-packed episode today. We've got corporate dystopia, we've got,
Yeah.
I think, Viper update, we've got Stephen McCullough update,
Oh
we've got
God, yes, we
Well,
do. Holy
it's
shit.
I
we've
mean,
got
yeah.
Mama Max update,
We've got
fucking
fucking Kanye West.
we've
It is
got like
wild.
9
Yes.
different tunnels,
Yeah.
including the Junnels, the Jewish tunnels. That's the big one. I think Aimbot called them the Junnels, and I
The
haven't been able
Junnel.
to get that out of my head.
Shit.
It is so weird that we've gone on for as long as we have
Yeah.
without, covering something insane that Kanye West has done.
I
I
think
guess
we've talked a
so.
little bit, but never net. I mean,
Yeah, because like we started this like a while after he went on Alex Jones.
yeah,
We
Yeah.
call that K Day, you know?
that was back when I was streaming, so that should tell you something.
Oof.
Yeah, that was a little while ago, and then yeah,
Yeah, he was hanging out with
he kind of disappeared into the background a little bit.
yeah, he was hanging out with a lot of weird people. One of them being right wing uh fucking weirdo Nick Fuentes,
Mm.
who LARPs is a white supremacist, but I'll remind you to roll back there. His last name is Fuentes.
Is he the cat boy one?
He's yep, he is exactly that guy.
Because I was watching this YouTuber talking about like various sort of right-wing grifter people, and as well as also comedians. I got to see Graham Linehan perform stand-up comedy, and
Oh yeah.
if you could even call it that, he didn't even have jokes. His greatest joke was, "I have a book, and it's called." Tough Crowd is the name of it, and this was like his big joke. I have a book, and they canceled me. Oh god, it was so bad. It wasn't as bad as Roseanne Barr, but it was pretty bad. But
Oh god, yeah.
yeah.
Any
I'll
of
tell you one
Roseanne's
thing: these
comedies.
these these damn liberals. I have a book and they canceled me. I can't believe it.
I was hanging out with my
It's
parents recently, and they were watching they were watching Roseanne, and there was this one scene where she like gets up because a guy harassed her, and they all walked up to clock out. And I'm like, yeah, Roseanne doesn't believe that now. And we all laughed.
yeah, no,
Like she would not do that.
Roseanne the show was like apparently a fairly progressive show for its time, and now, Roseanne, it was the saddest fucking thing I'd ever seen. She's standing in front of this like fucking Twin Peaks red curtain, and so it feels Lynchian. And it's just her like airing grievances about her family that all hate her and she hates them and she's bitter and old, and it's like there's not even jokes. Half the time the audience who's like there because they like her is like in stunned silence of how bad her fucking stand-up is. It's wild. Half of it feels like an admission of guilt or something. It's so bad. If you've ever seen it, the special is called Cancel This,
Yeah.
and it's on like Fox's special
Fox
Netflix
Nation.
ripoff.
Fox Nation.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
it was
Cancel.
like it was
Nerf
worse.
this.
It was worse than the guy that came before her, that was just shouting the N-word in a tent in Tennessee or something.
Ah.
At least that had a bit of shock value.
yeah. At least you get like the jarringness of the N-word in there. It's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, classic terrible comedy, but with an exciting twist of racism.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta pepper the slurs in carefully.
Yeah.
Speaking of weirdo conservative grifters in name only, that Prince of Persia game with the Sargon guy in it's actually not bad.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
yeah.
a lot of people say that it does a lot of cool, interesting stuff with like
They have a demo,
Like- yeah.
and I'll be honest here. I mean, I thought it looked pretty cool from the footage. I've always liked the 2D Prince of Persia games a lot, and actually trying it, it's a lot of fucking fun.
All right.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
I notice it's available on certain websites to,
It's on
watch
everything. Yeah.
watch people play, you know.
Yes.
But I was thinking about playing it. It definitely is getting high reviews, but also like we're T minus I think 10 days to the fucking the shit zone.
Well, everything's
where
coming
it's-
out.
Persona 3 Reload, Final Fantasy 7 Remake 2,
Yeah.
Tekken 8, Suicide Squad, which nobody
Yakuza
cares
8.
about. Yakuza 8. Yeah, I know you're getting it. Bane. Shut
Tekken
the
8. You
fuck up.
forgot Tekken 8, fucker.
I said Tekken
No,
8.
he said-
Bane.
he said
Shut the
Tekken
fuck
8.
Okay,
up.
alright, I fucked up.
Wasn't there
I was
other stuff
deflecting.
coming out? Wasn't there other stuff coming out around the same time? too?
There's Dragon's Dogma 2 in March, which I am
In March?
in March.
I mean, I saw gameplay, but I didn't realize it was so soon.
March 22nd.
The gameplay for
Honestly, I thought
Dragon-
it was like August.
I do.
Yeah.
I honestly, from when I first announced it, was only like a year ago. I'm like, all right, that is not coming until 2026. Cannot
Right,
wait.
that's exactly like I was. It took them so long to announce it, and I wasn't expecting it to actually be real. It was like a Beyond Good and Evil 2 thing.
And then we have another game that has been in development. It feels like fucking forever. Skull and Bones is slated to finally, possibly,
Oh
maybe,
god, it is.
for sure, this time, for real, will come out on the 16th of February.
That's so exciting for no one else.
I mean,
for
admittedly,
no one.
So this is weird, because this ties into another story I didn't think about covering, but I'll bring it up here. There's a rumor that Microsoft is planning on bringing Sea of Thieves to PlayStation, and possibly the next
Ooh.
Nintendo console. Which makes a lot of sense. That game's a live service. You want this kind of... It's cross-platform on PC. You want the community to be big.
Sea of Thieves is one of those. It came out around the same time too as
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky, which has just kind of consistently they've been plinking away at it, making it like almost a real game now. That's great. I'm so happy for it.
I mean, they've added a ton to No Man. Like, it is...
Oh,
it's kinda
No
like-
Man's Sky is definitely like
Yeah.
that's legit now. But I
that's
don't
like
know if
that's
Sea
like
of
3
Thieves.
games in one now.
I don't know if I care that much about Sea of Thieves, but it does seem definitely a lot more built up than it was, you know.
Yeah.
So I could see the next big step
I mean-
being like multi-plat.
That game came out in... Oh, God. I want to say
It was
2017?
2015. Oh.
I think 2017. Let me look here. I'm Googling it. Okay. God, search engines just fucking suck now.
Yeah.
Just put
2018.
Reddit after
2018.
it. I've been Googling technical support shit for like operating systems all day, and every single time it's some article written a week ago about a very specific issue that's like clearly written by either an Indian man or an AI pretending to be an Indian man. You know.
We're entering a new search engine optimization hell. I don't know what the fuck's happened in the last few years, but
Oh, everybody's noticing it now too. I saw a video talking about it recently.
yeah.
The whole like there's been discussion about the ongoing worsening of search engines since like 2003 or some shit, but it's only getting exponentially worse with time.
That sounds interesting. Send me a link to that video if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
Now, I do have one negative thing to report about Ubisoft, but I'll say this: I'm not
Oh
okay.
yeah,
Yeah, you
Just
heard this.
one?
Just one.
yeah.
This is an executive
Should
who
we should
is
we should we should
yeah.
we should we wait to do that because the Xbox Developer Direct just came out and it'll be cool to talk about, positively about video games for
Oh,
at least another 10,
well,
10 minutes.
I will. We can add that on after because I watched a little bit of that on my way back home.
All right. Well, I mean, I just have everything pulled up.
Oh, okay. But
Some cool looking stuff.
I just want to say this real quick. The head of Ubisoft's director of subscriptions. Yeah, sorry, director of subscriptions.
Of course, it'd be the director of subscriptions.
Well, which is why I'm also like, yeah, no shit, this guy would say this. It's his fucking job. Of course he's gonna say this. I mean, I don't think it's obviously it's a dumb statement, but the executive says here, I don't have a crystal ball, but when you look at the different subscription services that are out there, we have a rapid expansion over the last couple of years, but it's still relatively small compared to other models. We're seeing expansion on console for the likes of PlayStation and Xbox and all that, but one of the things gamers we saw that are used to a bit like DVD, having and owning their games, that's the consumer shift that needs to happen. They got comfortable not owning their CD collection and their DVD collection. That's a transformation that's been a bit slower to happen in games, but as gamers grow comfortable in that aspect, you won't lose your progress. If you resume your game at another time, that file's still there, not been deleted. So you won't lose what you get with these games. So as long as they're not comfortable with it, they can enjoy it. I still have 2 boxes of DVDs. I definitely understand the gamer's perspective with that. But as people embrace that model, they will see these games exist, the service will continue, and you'll be able to access them when you feel like. That's reassuring.
We can placate the public.
Like
yeah. Well, I mean, again, this guy, it makes sense he's gonna say that. That's his job.
Yeah, but he's one of those people like a defense attorney where you just wonder why there needs to be a position for him in society.
I get that.
Listen, fish need to be more comfortable with getting eaten by sharks. Of course, my favorite quote from Shark.
Yeah, Shark, obviously. But, I mean, here's the thing. There's some games I'm totally fine with. I'm totally fine with never owning a physical version of Fortnite. When that goes away, I will lose no sleep.
I don't think it's possible. If they, because I think there isn't there like a cartridge version of it for Switch?
There's also
it's just a forwarder.
Well, no. Funny enough, there's actually a version of it that's not a forwarder. The original launch disc version of the Save the World Fortnite. Technically, okay. 1.0 is still completely playable offline. So that's something.
I guess so.
Again, who wants to play Save the World? Even people that played Save the World don't want to play Save the World. If Fortnite hadn't shifted to Battle Royale, it would have died.
Nobody would know what Fortnite Save the World is.
Yeah.
If Fortnite hadn't shifted to Battle Royale, then we might have finally had an Unreal Tournament or like a Jazz Jackrabbit 3 or something.
We had an Unreal Tournament at one point. They were doing that live service.
They were making it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's better that they don't have one than it turn into Quake Champions or some shit like that.
But see, Quake Champions, it's like a quarter way to it's a great idea. Like, you could do Quake Champions perfectly. They just didn't.
I mean, it's a great idea. It's a great idea if you like, Quake 3 specifically. But I mean if you're into the campaigns.
3. I mean, yeah, I think like Quake, it's weird. I kind of wish they wouldn't have titled Quake 3 Quake 3, because Quake 3 should have been a story game. They should have made it just Quake Arena. Straight up.
Yeah.
But
that would have been better.
But I love Quake 3. If there were still players that were actually decent to play against, I'd be playing it.
It's been way too long since I played any of the Quake. Well, that's a bit of a lie. I played the original Quake on 3DS.
Oh yeah, I remember that port actually. Wow. It's not that bad.
Yeah, You can even set the FOV to fucking absolutely insane amounts. It's great.
Somebody ported COD Zombies into that 3DS Quake engine, and then you can also now play it on a web browser too. I think it's Nazi Zombies Portable. I think in ZP, I think is the website.
I saw a video recently from Noah Caldwell Gervais. He was talking about Quake, the whole series, from a story perspective, and analyzing the fact that Quake's storyline overall just makes no fucking sense. Like Quake originally was supposed to be like Carmack's fucking D&D character that was going to have a fantasy game based around him, but then they de-fantasyfied it, and then the manual had like some shit about the dark forces of Quake are out to kill the world, Space Marine, and then the end boss is like Shub-Niggurath or something. Do not take that out of context. You have to say it very carefully.
For the love of God, take that out of context.
Shumfellaroth. There you go, Shumfellaroth.
There you go. Yeah, no, but it's like completely unrelated to whatever's in the manual. It was just some, shit they wrote up. And then the second game and fourth game are like weird, strong alien shit. And yeah, there's like no real consistent Quake storyline all throughout that really explains any of what's going on. But there's like an actual interesting meta story to the, creation of the series, obviously, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been in a boomer '90s game mood lately with Windows 98, a virtual machine, and fucking installing Sid Meier's Sim Golf, and Pack Guy 2 Part 2 Pagoon, as well as Pack Guy Christmas Edition, obviously, and also a great game called Fruit Picker 99, which I'm only realizing now in my middle age that may have been a slur. Well, it is a slur.
It feels like a slur.
No, it is. It's an actual slur for gay people, but I don't know if that was the intention, because it's an actual game where you pick fruit from trees.
I mean, yeah, we'll just
might
assume
just be
it's the good one.
A real unfortunate accident. Of course, my favorite game that I've just learned about while browsing archive.org. Shoutouts to archive.org. They have all sorts of fucking pirate software. It's so great. You can just download like San Andreas on there. They don't give a fuck. It's awesome.
Great.
But yeah, there's a game for DOS or Windows 95 or something. I think it's in German. But I know it's in German, but it's the name of it. It reads in English as Die Fugger. I think it's like
it's
new
rescue cock. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's Die. Well, it's Die Fugger 2, but I'm a big fan, and the box art is like this angry-looking guy pointing at the viewer too. So it's Die Fugger. It really works very well. I suggest you look into it, but. Yeah, we have a bunch of fucking... Without further ado about nonsense, so we have a lot of fucking shit to get to today. Do we want to get into the tunnels? Or do we...
I was about to continue on with some gaming news.
Okay,
because there's also, another story about a company doing some stupid shit.
I can still hear me. You're good.
So, like, you know how you've been on your 90s boomer PC, kick. That's the word I was looking for. Almost said kink, which that's not
close enough. There's a lot of porn games from back then.
Yes, I play strip poker on NES. So I've been on a big Resident Evil kick lately. I don't know what has happened to me, but over the past 3 months, I've just been playing every Resident Evil game, watching every Resident Evil, not the live action movies, but the ones that aren't live action.
Right, the CG ones.
So I've been playing, most recently finished Resident Evil Revelations. And I was playing it from, I would say probably the 7th to the 14th, I think. Just kind of on and off playing it.
Yeah.
I noticed you were playing it on Steam there, yeah.
Yes. So I didn't notice this. Well, I noticed that Resident Evil Revelations had an update on the 10th. But I didn't notice any earlier updates. But my game updated. while I was doing that playthrough. And I think it's funny because around the time that this update was live, my game was crashing more than it should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it turns out, Capcom, in their infinite wisdom, in their wonderful, wonderful infinite wisdom, decided to add DRM to a decade-old game. They've also been doing it to sorry, my Steam is just kind of fucked up. They've also been doing it to some of the Mega Man collections, but
Weird
those have
collection of games, because I'm assuming a lot of their other stuff, like Monster Hunter World, probably already has DRM to some extent, or like
I
Street
would
Fighter
say it
6.
probably still has Denuvo. I'm not
I
sure.
think some of them
So
did. Yeah.
they're just like taking whatever games they're still selling and like patching them 10 years later with some shit.
Yeah, and that's the wild thing because Resident Evil Revelations is an 11-year-old port of a 12-year-old game, a 12-year-old 3DS game. It's already cracked. It's already cracked on every single console. You could emulate it on Wii U if you wanted to. You have that power.
It's a very
There's no people buying the game now are people who are going to buy the game, and people who don't buy the game are either not interested or they've already pirated it.
And it's like it's a game that I still see being sold on sale in like every sale.
Yeah, it's on
I got it like
PlayStation,
a year or
Xbox.
two ago. Got a year or two ago for $6.
Yeah, exactly.
I could have gone on a deeper discount, but I just decided to scoop it up.
There was a story recently. I saw it on Lewis Rossman's channel. He was talking about a guy. I think I might have mentioned it on the podcast, but he was talking about a guy. He was trying to use an old version of a music program. I think it was like Reason 7 or 8 or something, and the company recently updated their DRM licensing shit so that the older versions are no longer able to be launched by the online launcher or something. The guy was basically like, can you just like give me a copy of like the next version up or something, because I want to use my software that I bought. And then they made some like cheeky fucking reply to him that was like, sorry, with like an emoji or some flippant shit, and it was just, well, I guess I'm never going to I'm just pirating all your shit from now on. Then thank you.
Based.
Yeah. And that's this sort of scenario. Like the only people that's going to be hurting are the people that are actually paying.
The only people it can affect are the people who have already bought it, because it's not like they're gonna update the old torrents with this new fucking DRM. No, they're already out there. They're already being circulated. They're not gonna get any new updates.
They work just fine.
I mean,
and they're always going to work just fine. This was exclusively done. Go ahead.
Well, it just reminds me of a thing that happened to me specifically with Rocksmith, going back to Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Rocksmith 2014. Note the name. I think it actually came out in 2013, but it's like, Windows 95 comes out a year earlier.
They thought they were going to keep doing those yearly after that.
Yeah. It came out like over a decade ago. Well, I say that it was probably like 9 years ago or something when this happened.
About that, yeah.
Very late on, and actually it was the remaster. So technically, that's more of like I think that was 2017 or something. So it's still like a pretty
what a naming convention.
Yeah, Rocksmith 2014 remastered, released in 2017.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Do I have to play the other 2000?
Honestly, 2017 was 2014 remastered.
Basically,
if you really think about it.
At some point, like several years, 3 or 4 years later, they had some update that essentially just fucks up all the custom songs. And that's like the only thing it does. And so you have to roll it back with like a secret fucking, like, what is it? It's that thing where you're involved in like a like a trial for a thing, one of those. You have to use like a special code to launch the game.
Oh yeah, Steam beta.
Yeah, one of those beta codes, and that rolls it back to a version where it's actually, I'll still be able to play my 20 gigabytes of bullshit. And so it's just this game that they've arbitrarily, like, the only people it's going to affect are the people that,
that would buy the
paid
game.
for your thing, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've even bought DLC for the game too, but whatever. And then they tried to fucking turn that game into a live service, and it fucking, I don't think it even came out. It
I think
crashed
it
and
is
burned.
out.
Sick.
I'm not
Nice.
certain actually.
But yeah, Capcom has definitely been.
Yeah, it's that in particular. Whatever the developer of Rocksmith, what they did is really similar to what Bethesda's been doing recently with Skyrim Special Edition.
Oh,
They
Yeah.
just keep fucking updating Skyrim,
Wait, I mean,
and it
they
breaks
don't...
all of the mods every single time.
Well, see, here's the thing,
God.
though. That game isn't finished for them. They're gonna keep selling that game for another 20 fucking years, dude.
Yeah, but like they haven't had a major update on Skyrim since like the anniversary edition, maybe.
Yeah. Here's a weird thing. I actually could probably see them doing something before fucking 6 releases in Skyrim.
Oh god.
I could see them dropping DLC
I'm
before
surprised they
releases.
haven't. I mean, I guess it would be too much of a spaghetti code nightmare, but I wonder if they could just real quick do like a Skyrim together multiplayer thing and sell it, because I think that's a mod I would pay for. That's fine.
I mean,
that's the thing.
I
think I'm pretty sure it would work just about as well as the actual mod that people put together.
Yeah.
In like a couple, in like a year or so after launch.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So, going back to Capcom,
I do have a good news story after that when you're done.
Actually,
so first of all, Capcom.
I just wanted to mention Skyrim. Speaking of that, there's a new like stealth dropped fucking phone game called like Elder Scrolls Castles or something.
Yeah,
they stealth dropped it like a couple weeks. What the fuck? Like 2 or 3 months ago.
Oh wow! I didn't even know it was that old.
Yeah, they didn't even fucking announce it. They just kind of put it up.
Yeah. End of sentence. Apparently, they've been stealing shit from. That's what I heard. They've been stealing shit from like the Elder Scrolls wikis. So I don't know the details of it, but that was the like tweet I saw. So yeah, controversy.
I'll have to look into that. That sounds like that sounds like right up my alley.
Yeah.
But going back to Capcom, they also did the same thing, by the way, with Resident Evil 2, the Resident Evil 2 remake, the Resident Evil 3 remake, and Resident Evil 7, where they updated it to DirectX 12 only, so they could have ray tracing. So they can have ray tracing. So they can have ray tracing, but the issue is that they completely I think they just put a new renderer in. So every single mod doesn't work.
Oh, great.
So now you have to look at the mod and see, is this just compatible with DirectX 11 or is it up to date with the new version? So that's fun.
That is annoying.
But coming back to that's annoying in a kind of okay, fine, a game updated way. This Capcom DRM is annoying in a very, very different way. So the DRM is called Enigma Protector, which I'm not entirely sure whether or not it's made in-house by Capcom. It has its own site, like a support site. So I've heard people say that it's like in-house. I've also heard different things.
Oh, I think I saw it was the Mutahar video actually that talked about it. I think if it's what I'm thinking it is, it's apparently like really cheap garbage software that was like
we'll get into that.
$200 for them to license or something.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's what I think so.
Oh my god.
It's like some bullshit.
Yeah. So Enigma Protector is an anti-tamper, anti-debugger DRM, which means that mods will not work. You cannot use cheat engine. You cannot use any kind of if you have a different exe, maybe you want one to like, add a custom command to it, like run in windowed mode or run in the specific resolution. No, fuck you. You can't hex edit to like, increase FOV or make it run 64-bit. You can't do any of that shit. And on
that's
top
some
of
nonsense.
and on top of all of that, on top of adding DRM to a 12-year-old game, on top of restricting modding a severe amount, it also just makes the games run worse.
Oh, beautiful.
Like
Yeah.
this is Resident Evil Revelations. Resident some evil Revelations. Y'all will get that
Resident
in
my
a little
evil,
while.
yeah.
Nope.
Resident my evil baby. All right, but like this is Resident Evil Revelations. It's a 3DS game ported to 360, ported to PC. Actually, no, I think this was a direct port from the 3DS.
No, no, it was the 360 and Wii U and all those versions.
Well, yeah. This is the 360 Wii U version. I just think that all of those were the same version.
Yeah.
I think. Well, I mean, the PS4, Xbox One, and Switch versions barely added anything anyway, so they're basically the same version. I'm just trying to trace the lineage of this thing. But at the end of the day, it's a 3DS game, and it's running worse because of this DRM. Like people were like 10 to 15 less frames per second.
Yeah.
It's wild. So to sort of demonstrate why this is so important, the best game mod that I've ever experienced is the Resident Evil 4 HD, the HD project for Resident Evil 4. It is fantastic. They like take photos of the original locations that Capcom went and took photos at. They get the like original resolution versions of like textures from texture packs that they got. Like this is really in-depth work and it's fantastic. And it is packed with Resident Evil 4 tweaks, which is a sort of general gameplay fixer as well as a trainer. So it kind of acts in the same way that a trainer would. You can have stuff like better mouse input, altered controls. You can have fixes such as reduced flickering on lights, something that a lot of people kind of need. Just general quality of life improvements, like being able to, once you use your weapon, you can have your camera reset to back to where you were going, like the direction that you were facing beforehand. And that's crazy. It's wild that they can do that. But with this stupid fucking DRM, they can't do that anymore. Now, I don't think that it's been added to Resident Evil 4 yet. I think it was just Resident Evil Revelations. But if they decide to add it to Resident Evil 4, you just can't use the HD mod, I guess. Whoops. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's fucking rough.
Best fucking mod that has ever happened, ever.
Well, I mean, you probably still can use it if you, sail the high seas.
Well, yeah, you could also, there's a really roundabout way to do it, but you can get older versions of a game through Steam, because Steam logs all of the versions.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not massive, but the fact that they're even doing it is just BM. It's whack. And also, some of these have multiplayer elements, which I understand blocking, cheats for that, but you have like, excuse me, you have like, Valve account control for stuff like that,
Yeah, the VAC system works. It's
really detecting, some unsavory behavior within an actual online game instead of just restricting you from modding in that game, at all.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, though. If you just go back, if you go down the version, then you're not going to be on the same version number as anyone else who wants to play multiplayer. Now, multiplayer for Resident Evil Revelations and Revelations 2 are basically fucking dead. But like, even if you want to organize with your friend, you're going to have to like either walk them through the old version or be up to date with the new version, and then you can't have your titty mods. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. The humanity.
Oh, the misery. But like, for stuff like fixes and stuff, it is a very important thing. let's see, what else?
Yeah.
There's a lot more I want to talk about with this because this is a very a bit of an important thing to me.
Did they make Mega Man woke? Did any of the updates make
They
Mega
broke
Man woke?
they did break Mega Man collections on Steam Deck.
Oh,
That's one of the
cool.
symptoms. Very cool, very nice. There's
Oh.
also mods in general is just something we need to fight for because it was in a shareholder meeting I believe earlier, something along those lines where Capcom basically equated any sort of mod with cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so
and
fucking annoying.
that's the thing. Like for a lot of games, the mods are doing work that Capcom refused to do. Like I love not Resident Evil. We're talking about a different series now. I love Devil May Cry 5. It is a great game. It is a fun game. It's a memorable game. It makes me feel nice playing it. I really should play through it again soon. But Devil May Cry 5 is a really good game, but they didn't really have any unlockable costumes. And that's been a very big thing since Devil May Cry 1 is having a bunch of unlockable costumes for all of your characters. Devil May Cry 5 had recolors, which is not good.
Yeah.
And through the magic of mods, you can do all sorts of things. Like you can have actual alternate costumes. You can make Dante look like Master Chief.
Oh yeah.
I have an image here of Dante looking like Master Chief. Fuck it, I'm gonna this to the thumbnail. I haven't even started the thumbnail yet.
Oh shit.
All right, so yeah, like that. It's just a really important thing, specifically to me because I love Capcom games, and I don't want this Capcom Golden Age to fuck it up.
Yeah,
Also,
I hope they don't fuck up Dragon's Dogma 2 too badly.
Yeah.
So
That's one I'm
two
probably gonna get on
things.
console just to not worry about that DRM.
Fair, but two more things. First, they did eventually, the day after, remove the DRM from Resident Evil Revelations. Now, I believe this is because it just took away a lot of options. Like, language options got disabled for Resident Evil Revelations
Oh shit.
with that update. Fucking language options.
That's
And
dumb.
again, it also broke on Steam Deck, of course.
Yeah.
Very cool. But like they removed it because it caused a lot of issues. But they did say that it was just temporary, and the DRM is still on those Mega Man collections.
Yeah, that's disappointing. That's
But
really just disappointing, man.
you want to guess what started all this is
Oh, I know
what
this,
I
but
believe started this.
yeah.
You want to guess, Claw?
You want to take a guess?
I mean, I don't know.
Why Capcom doesn't like mods?
Like recently?
Recently.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything recently, no.
it's because do you know the name of the player?
I don't off the top of my head. It was during
A
a big fighting game championship.
Yeah, I don't think it was Evo. I think it was slightly smaller than Evo.
Oh, it was the fucking Chun-Li
Yeah, the new
titties.
Chun-Li.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Bro
Well, I mean,
fucking ruined it for everyone.
One
just got
Coomer ruined it for all of us.
They just got
All of us other Coomers.
the Italian Congress Tifa treatment, you know?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I haven't
That
thought
was
about that in a while.
incredible.
That was a good meme.
That's a throw. Jesus Christ.
It wasn't that long ago.
I know, but still, it's like
It feels that long
baffling.
ago.
Yeah.
Time flows weird.
Speaking of that long ago, I don't know if I've pointed this out yet, but it has now officially been a decade, technically, since Gamergate.
God, we're all 10 years older now.
Why did you have to remind me?
Because I'm thinking about it every day. Sometimes I'll bring it up in chat and something Gamergate, and somebody in chat will be like, Why does he always bring up Gamergate? It's like, because I live in
It was
hell.
very formative.
I live in hell.
It was formative for all three of us, and not exactly in a good way.
Yeah.
Not entirely.
Oh,
No.
I would have bullied myself from fucking 10 years ago. I was an
Oh,
ass.
absolutely. I would have slung slurs at myself. You
Oh,
kidding me?
I'll admit I was a fucking asshole back then. I don't know how you guys put up with me.
Uh huh.
I would
It's
have.
because I think it's because
I
we were
don't
all
either, Bane.
assholes.
I mean, I was particularly just kind of a cunt. I was like, oh, looking back, I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I
that's
mean,
kind of a prick.
I would say that we've all had our ups and downs, but at least none of us are Randy Harper
Oh, hey, none of us are
or
fucking
Virender
cheap
What's
police.
Jabal.
she up to?
I don't
That's a
know,
good
but we
question,
know that
actually.
Virender Jabal still has the fucking Stop Gamergate thing in his bio. I do remember that was a wonderful discovery.
I mean, hey, good
I
for
don't
you,
think.
Chief. Keeping it there.
I think Randy Harper might have me blocked, which
Well,
I
yeah.
she made the block list, so that's understandable.
For people who don't know, Randy Harper was a Gamergate figure, anti-Gamergate, who was notable for looking like Spencer the Victim, and
uh
also
oh,
and also for blocking everyone in the world.
Randy
She
Harper.
she just blocked the whole world.
Is this a mugshot of her?
Oh, I
what?
hope so.
What? Where we at?
Randy Harper. This is 2015. What the hell?
No, I
Oh,
think
I
we
did
would have
think.
heard about
No,
that.
I did think we heard something about that back in the day, but I just
Pointing and presenting firearms.
yeah, I remember it
Oh,
not being like. I remember hearing about it and it wasn't like too
I'm
funny.
not. I'm not sure if that looks like her or not. She always posted like these weird photos of
That's not the
herself.
right one.
Okay, all
probably
right.
not. It's a fairly common name. I love to see what It Ends Tonight Arthur Cho is up to these days.
That that's a good question. Also,
Fuck. Who is and in?
oh,
I think that might have
oh,
been I think that might have been him. I'm not sure.
I think I'm not certain.
It might have been Jonathan McIntosh,
I think
who
you may
also
be right.
I think also cut ties with Anita at some point in the last decade.
I'm not certain about that, but it's been it's been so fucking long for a lot of shit where I'm like, oh, I have to look
Yeah,
back into that.
what a long, strange trip it's been.
Yeah, hey, I mean, I've met some really cool people out of it. I met some people that I hope are dead.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
there's some people that we met back in the day where I'm like, if I could throw you into a wood chipper, I would.
Yeah.
In a hypothetical Minecraft situation.
Yeah, purely in a Minecraft story mode type situation.
Exactly, in a
Like the
Minecraft
scene that
film.
happens in the Minecraft film with Jack Black where he kills one of his enemies in a wood chipper, which I could see happening. That would be pretty fun.
I mean, it wouldn't be the worst thing that could happen in the Minecraft
They are
movie.
they are totally gonna, here's the thing that worries me.
Yeah.
So I've said before I kind of liked the Barbie movie. I thought it was pretty good. I think Bane, you liked it too.
Oh yeah, I
I
enjoyed it.
know a lot of people have issues with the Barbie movie, and a lot of the time when I hear those
Some of
issues,
them are
it
valid.
sounds,
Some of them are
yeah, I mean,
yeah.
it's not the most funny film. There's a lot of overused, beat you off kind of stuff, but
I like to beat you off jokes.
it was funny the first time. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's got its issues, but the main thing is that now I'm worried that every like corporate franchise film is going to start being all fucking meta, and it's going to be one of those things where Barbie did it like reasonably well and
Yeah.
what in a clever way, and it was kind of original for doing it that way. But when like the Polly Pocket movie comes out, I don't know if it's still going to be as clever,
Yeah,
and if
it won't be as funny.
they're
Yeah.
not going to be sending their best. So
Um
when the Minecraft movie decides to be all like meta Jack Black, as my assumption is it's going to be like the Lego movie where it's the dad with the son playing Legos or whatever, but
yeah.
it's some shit like that. He's the dad. I don't know. I guess he's supposed to be Steve, but he's not the main character. So
Yeah, Jason Momoa's cast as the direct lead. Jack Black, Emma
oh
Myers, Daniel. There was a new. I'm coughing a lot. I'm sorry. I'm also getting over a throat thing. I think we all kind of got sick
damn,
over the last.
Yeah.
last month or so, yeah.
Yeah. Um, but they just cast Jennifer Coolidge or Stifler's mom, if you remember the American Pie films. which she just came off a second Emmy win just recently for White Lotus. So that's
Wow, imagine being Jennifer Coolidge and still being in stuff. That's crazy.
she's fucking like this is her best time because like I said, she just won her second like primetime Emmy and a
Was that
Golden
like
Globe.
for was that for like a comedy thing or is
No,
she
it's The White Lotus is this weird anthology series. It's kind of like a crime. It's a bit of a comedy at moments, but it's all about a murder
Hmm.
going on in a hotel, and she's been in both seasons of the show, so it's
That's really interesting because yeah, no, I used to just you'd see her in like every kind of shitty movie in the 2000s
oh
as
yeah.
like again Stifler's mom or someone's mom or something like that, and she'd always just be like bending over and be like,
I
"Hi
mean,
boys," and
yeah,
like
it's I've
again,
seen
it's
more of
nice that
Jennifer. Yeah,
it's nice that she's getting real roles now.
it's like half of her career it was just her ass, and admittedly, not a bad ass, but like half of her
Mhm,
career was just her ass.
basically.
But she's proven herself and done a ton of different stuff, so I respect it.
Hell yeah.
Plus, I remember she was on the Joey TV show. If you ever watched that,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. He was
I
like his agent or something.
yeah, not a great show, but I've seen it. Like I've inadvertently seen it more than I wanted to. But yeah, Minecraft movie's coming out. I'm still
Yeah.
worried.
It's gonna be trash.
Yeah,
I
I don't have high hopes for it.
I'm hoping for good, but expecting the worst. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that makes yeah.
I
That's
do
that's a
have
good that's a good way to go about it.
I do have some interesting stuff from CES if we want to talk about that.
Um, do I have anything
Well,
tangentially
apparently
related?
the
Not
fucking
really.
Indiana Jones trailer like just came out for the
Yep,
game.
the
Yeah.
Microsoft had their developer direct, which I listened to it, and they announced release dates for. Actually, you got that, Tristan, don't you?
I closed it
Oh, okay.
Huh.
because I'm stupid.
You're not Stu. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm pulling up IGN. I know we got the announcement date for Hellblade 2: Senua's Saga, which is
Yeah, I
coming
did see
out
that.
May 21st, which I'm excited for. I liked the first game. It's weird. It's a mind fucky game, and it really requires you to have good headphones. Don't play it with just speakers. Um, and then we got a deep dive on Avowed, which has a fucking amazing cover art. Which I'm gonna post this link. Don't really read that link too much, because I need to find the cover art again. But yeah, it looks fucking amazing.
I've read that. Okay, yeah. And I've seen that before.
Also, they did show off Visions of Mana, which is coming to Xbox. Also,
Oh, that's cool.
hold on here. Vowed. Um, yeah, here's the cover art, and it's a skull. It's a skeleton with things growing out of it. Is what I'll describe it for folks listening. Go look it up. It looks really fucking dope.
Oh, fuck. That's super cool.
Yep, Avowed is described
That looks
as
amazing.
a first-person action RPG where you'll have a lot of dialogue options as well. I'm not explaining it very well because I didn't get to watch most of it. And then they showed off Ara Untold, which is this 4 times grand strategy game. It looks cool for those people who like those games. I'm not one of those.
Hmm. Yeah,
But
that's fair.
Indiana Jones of a Great Circle. It is set between the second and third Indiana Jones film. It's a first-person, sort of first-person shooter slash beat 'em up slash whip 'em up.
Yeah. Oh,
Whip
geez.
'em up's
Machine
not the right use.
Games.
Yeah,
Machine Games are working on it, so it'll be probably kind of like the Wolfenstein games, the
it
new ones.
it had a lot of that. Like from the combat we got to see, it looked. I like how the Wolfenstein games play. It looks like a tighter version of that. Obviously, like Indiana's not jumping around with machine guns and shit, but he still looks nimble. You know.
Yeah.
You say obviously, but I don't know if anybody ever thought about how weird it was that, like, most of the famous James Bond games, James Bond is just like a Doom guy with multiple machine guns killing
Yeah.
everybody
I
across the whole
mean,
world.
based.
It makes sense
Well,
for James
Didn't?
to be good for a gunfight. I mean,
yeah, I guess so. It's like that thing where they make a game based on a movie like Die Hard, where Die Hard he like kills maybe 12 people the whole game or
Uh,
something, the whole movie.
yeah.
John Hard.
Yeah, and then they make a game about it and there's like 100 deaths in the first level and you can't really make it like, wow, such a believable experience, at a certain point it just becomes silly.
This one also doesn't have a release date, but it's slated for the end of this year. Microsoft's coming kind of hard this year, finally, after 6 years of nothing.
This
But
could be the
Yeah.
year where they finally put out the Xbox 720, guys. It just hold out hope.
Yeah, it's gonna look like a fucking sphere.
it's spherical.
Sphere. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's a shame. Aren't both of them pedophiles now?
No,
No,
not Josh. Not
no,
Josh.
no.
No, he's
Don't
good.
don't bring Josh into
Didn't
this.
Josh do something?
Josh had a real bad drug addiction, but he's been clean for I
Okay.
think about 10 years.
Hell yeah.
Well,
It's
that's
been a
good
while
to
since
hear.
I've heard stuff. Like
I never
still listening
really
to the
cared.
interview, but
I never cared too much about Drake and Josh. I don't think I watched it, but it's
I
I
just
love
watched
Drake and
some of
Josh.
it.
I've watched all of it several times.
Yeah, I was
huh.
more of a Ned's Declassified kid.
Dude, oh my
The
god! I just
keynote.
realized I don't have any other excuse. I've never had an excuse to bring this up.
Oh yeah.
You guys want to hear about my first quote unquote girlfriend?
Oh dude, fuck yes. I'm
Go
down.
for it.
Okay, so I was in like first grade, I think. I
Yeah.
think she was in first grade as well. I don't know. She wasn't in my class. She just rode my bus, and she lived at the top of my street. So we were friends, and then like she was acting like she liked me, and I was like, oh hey, cool, attention.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So like we were close friends for a while, and I was like, yeah, she's my girlfriend. And then one day she stopped talking to me, and I was like, oh hey, don't you want to hang out and play? And she said, I don't like you anymore. I like Drake and Josh. And I was like, what?
I got dumped for
Wow. Talked by Drake and Josh.
I got my
No.
girl stolen by the boobs.
by two fictional dorks.
I hadn't watched the series up at that point,
Yeah.
but I watched it later, and then I was like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
get it.
I
Okay.
get it. I get it. I get it.
Better than like Zach and Cody.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Yeah, you never want to be upstaged by those gremlins.
No.
Man, yeah. Now, God, I'm trying to think what other ones. They're doing a. I just saw this, and I can't remember exactly where I saw it, but they're doing a Wizards of Waverly Place continuation, and I'm like, why? Why?
Oh, I wonder if Selena's coming back for that one.
I think it was. I think it was Selena and the one dude. What's his name? I can't remember it. Oh,
And they're actually coming back?
David Henry. David Henry. That's the one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Imagine if they got everything mixed up and it was actually Guy Henry.
That'd be funny as shit. Ah, man.
I never watched Wizards of Waverly Place, but I could just imagine Guy Henry going about the fucking magical world. Wait, fuck, that's one of the Harry Potter movies.
I think so, yeah. Oh, okay, all right. CES time. Are you ready for the new weird feature tech?
Sure.
All right, so we're getting it's some cool shit. There is a weird pet door that now will use AI to tell if your pet is got like if your cat has like a piece of like roadkill or something that's killed in its mouth to bring in, it will lock the door so your cat will have to drop the dead animal to come in.
Aww. Let him bring it in. Come on. What's the worst that could
That's a
happen?
trophy.
He wants to bring us a little treat.
Exactly. He thinks you're hungry.
Honestly, I am hungry. I might dig in.
I mean, it's cool, but here's the problem. Cats are smart, you know? A cat is gonna find a way to get that fucker in there.
Yeah, cats will get into shit.
Oh yeah.
Cats will just wind up on the top floor shelf or whatever.
Or find a way to
Yeah,
prop it open.
that cat's gonna come in through the chimney. You're not gonna recognize him because he's gonna be covered in soot.
This is gonna be a Santa cat. It's gonna be great. Don't even complain.
Man. There's also, this is an interesting one here from GE. They're doing a smart indoor home like meat smoker.
Okay.
They have designed a way to completely avoid any of the smoke like leaving the machine.
And is this gonna be part of the KFC game console?
God,
Yes.
I'd hope so. This would be fucking. If KFC wanted to launch a game console and it has a meat smoker in it, they might actually sell things.
That's the thing, they teased that. Although I think it was just like a chicken heater.
I think so, and I think it was just
Yeah.
basically like kind of like a steam machine back in the day, basically one of those.
Yeah.
There's also LG decided to. I'm assuming this is just a concept. I don't think this will ever actually release, but there is a transparent 4K TV.
I've seen that one.
Yes, here is an image
It looks
for
insane.
you. Though. It
Oh
looks
no,
awesome.
that's cool. I'm down for that. I'm waiting for. I've always said, give me the Sims busting out a holographic game console where they're playing like an RTS on it's like your whole table. That would be amazing.
Oh yeah, the things people could do with this if like you knew you
Yeah,
were designing
like-
for a transparent TV, you could genuinely like fuck with the design of something.
Yeah.
It
That'd be
also
pretty cool.
does have a thing that will slide in. It's half like a rollable technology where it basically has a back thing that rolls under. You can kind of see it in
Okay.
the photo there. Like a little backdrop
Yeah.
under it. Some of the other ones, there is a weird Swarovski, who is a like lens company. They also make like scopes for rifles and shit. Decided to create a weird AI like pair of binoculars that can tell what bird you're looking at after 5 seconds.
Huh.
Sure.
Yep. Take a guess how much
Well,
this costs.
It's no skin off my
$3,000.
nose.
Claude, you want to take a guess on this one?
$10,000.
4,800.
Oh,
Yeah.
I went over.
Jesus.
There is one. There's another thing I'm hoping is actually kind of cheap because I want this. Samsung has a record player music frame they're putting out.
Ooh.
It has two built-in subwoofer, well, two built-in woofers, two built-in tweeters, two mid-range drivers, and can act as a standalone stereo wireless speaker. It looks
Alright.
really cool. I kind of like it. There's a few more things here that I want to get to. There are a lot of like bullshit things. There's one that I actually think is kind of cool if they succeed, and I'm just gonna link you the website to this one. This is called Rabbit R1, and it is an AI product, essentially an AI assistant that is separate from your phone. Essentially, you put in your pocket. It is $200, and it's designed to be essentially an assistant that you can kind of use anywhere. The current things they're showing off that work well are, and I'll just screenshot this and send it to you because it's a little easier. 1 second. There we go. So currently what it's optimal at is search, music. So you could tell it, like you can put kind of like a pin or something in your pocket, you know, and just tell like, hey, I want to listen to this or I want to do this kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I'm not explaining it very well, but yeah, it's designed to be an assistant separate from your device in a way.
Is this the thing people thought the Nintendo NX was going to be?
Kind
When
of.
they were like, it's gonna be in your fucking, it's gonna be a Fitbit, it's gonna be a quality of life device, everyone. It's not a console, totally.
I mean, I could see some use for this. Again, I'm not explaining this very well, but that's also because videos kind of do us a little bit more justice, but it is designed to be like you control independently from your phone. So like if I was going somewhere and I didn't have my phone on me, I could still do all the things because it has a SIM card. So I could order a ride with that. Or it has a speaker on it. I could have it play music from that, like
It's like such
Spotify.
a weird thing to bother with in an era where, like, I don't know, yeah, the phones are important, but how many people are forgetting them now? It's like going out without your wallet. You're gonna just go back home pretty much most times.
I mean, I do want to get this just for like put all of the business shit on this to where it's like, okay, all of my notes business related are on that. If I was to get something, if I was to order something, I would put a note in through that and set that as a reminder myself, you know? Like that's what I would do it for.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's interesting. It's also only $200.
Yeah, I
This
also see
is
that there's no subscription required. I saw
yeah.
that there was like a SIM card slot, so I was a bit concerned about that. But
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think
no
that is an
subscription. I
option.
could see
Yeah.
yeah, I could maybe. I don't know.
It's something I'm gonna keep an eye on because a
You
lot of
sell this
these
thing. You sell this thing for $50. I'm buying one, but 200 might be a little bit too much.
there's also another thing, and this is just a me thing. This is the Clicks Creator Keyboard for iPhone, which is
I've seen that.
a physical keyboard for the iPhone, which is inspired by BlackBerry. The one of the lead creators for this is a YouTuber who I genuinely like. He's one of the few tech YouTubers I like. All right, he uploads, I'm there for, and it's Mr. Mobile or Michael Fisher, and honestly, seeing something like this as a product, and it's not just a keyboard. There is a lot of things that you can do with the keyboard, like different commands and all that.
Don't we already have like hundreds of fucking fake keyboards and game
Well,
controllers and shit
we
for
do
phones?
in a way, but this is designed to be more ergonomically featured. It also currently only
Yeah,
is for the Pro and Pro Max,
it's
which is my only negative. I think it should
it
be for
comes with
smaller
its
ones,
own
but
case,
yeah,
which
it's
I
its own
think
case
is
too.
yeah,
And
I think that sets it apart
I think it
instead of
also
just being like a thing that you like stretch out and close your phone, close over your phone or something
yeah.
like that.
Here's like an image of the back for you guys to kind of like it is a full on case. And
Okay.
the thing I like about it is, you know, I miss the physical keyboard. I, I do kind of wish, in a way, this was for smaller iPhones, because this would give me the excuse to buy the smaller iPhone. Because I usually go for a big one because I like a fuller keyboard. I got bigger hands. I like that, but it's nice to see one a quality product, or at least a quality looking product. I've not touched it. Um, but it's nice to see that, and hopefully this is the kind of thing that will maybe inspire like some Android company to make a decent BlackBerry equivalent again. Because hey, if you want easy money from me, phone manufacturers, make a goddamn BlackBerry that has modern specs. Thank you.
Well, for one, I'm going to love this thing if the check clears. I'm all for it if they sponsor
Yeah,
it.
hey, listen, Apple
uh
contact or not Apple,
yeah. I mean, this guy
different.
is a YouTuber. I mean, just saying. Just saying.
I mean, hey, get in contact with us, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah, hosts a
That's the
lot of his
thing.
friends.
I'm not an iPhone guy.
Yeah.
I'm not an iPhone guy. I will never have an iPhone. I am honestly, I would have said that I'm never gonna have an Apple product, but then Caddy impressed me with that story about the editing timeline.
Oh, dude, I hate Apple as a company, but their silicon is good.
Yeah,
it's hard to bitch about them
but
when
I will never personally get an iPhone just because I hate them so much.
I can
However,
understand that.
if I did have an iPhone, I would absolutely get this thing for it.
I
Like
feel it.
it's cool. I like physical keyboards too. It's pretty nice.
it's something that needs to come back. We need good keyboards. Um, but yeah, it's kind of all I have from CES. Rabbit's the one that I was the most impressed by what I saw, but I'm hard pressed to explain it. I may or may not be high.
It's okay. I
Same,
think all of
brother.
us may or may not be.
Also, where did it go here? I thought I had it. Ah, yeah, there's also for like weird audio tech stuff. There is the Theo R9, which is an amp Android device all in one thing.
Okay.
it's essentially a smartphone, but not a smartphone that connects to all streaming services and also connects to your HDMI, your amps, all that kind of shit. It's weird.
Well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah,
Not sure I understand it, but it still seems interesting.
there's a market for it. I don't get it either. That's kind of all I got personally.
Well, tech
You're not gonna,
bullshit.
you don't want to talk about the
Oh,
Mario.
I forgot about that, but yeah, there was a company. Thank you for like unlocking this in my head. There was a company that was co-sponsored by AARP that decided to make a whole bunch of AI characters, including Mario, available to
Mm.
talk to. And Nintendo, I feel like wasn't happy with that, but it was in furthering AI to help combat old people loneliness. That's why they
Oh, I
brought
didn't know
Mario
that
into
part.
With
it.
Mario,
With
right?
Yeah,
Mario.
I was wondering, why AARP was sponsoring the AI Mario.
Yep. It's fucking weird. Yeah,
Crazy.
Kotaku has a really good article about it. I know it's a baffling thing to say,
Yeah.
but um, yeah, a user on Twitter found a hologram booth inside the AARP area, and that apparently is a unfinished proof of concept tested for a client to demonstrate technological capabilities and innovation. It is not intended for commercial release. AARP and Nintendo were not involved in the inadvertent showing today. Um, which is weird because it showed up in the AARP fucking booth. Make it make sense, folks. Oh, I also forgot the car that you can drive with a PS5 controller.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
heard about that.
I usually
Jesus
hate concept
Christ.
cars, so I pay no attention to them, but yeah, Honda and Sony decided to unveil a car you can drive. This guy drove with a DualSense controller, which, let's be real here, this was all planned ahead of time. Somebody probably fucking drove that with a fucking RC car controller instead of a fucking PlayStation controller. But
I
yeah,
mean, if it's real, I guess that's kind of cool, but it's also like, well,
but I
what
crash a
what is
lot in
this
video
really?
games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
When
never
can I
crashed with
use
a
my
car.
when can I use my racing wheel to drive this real car? That would be really cool.
Can I drive
Can
from
I
the
use
back
a
seat in the middle?
can I do like a HOTUS flight stick or something for my car?
What happens when I press the touchpad? Does the trunk
Thrusters
open?
activate.
I'm thinking the trunk would open. Yeah, no. I'd just be tempted to like honk at people, press the stick in, you know.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
You accidentally set the controller down the wrong way, and you accidentally do a burnout because both of the triggers are being pressed.
Uh, you go to park and then you just press the home button and the home screen takes over your windscreen, your windshield. Oh no! Fuck! Press the button. Oh no! Why did I record the last 30 seconds?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, it's gonna end horribly, I think. And
Yeah.
there was just also a lot of dumb AI shit that I didn't bring up because
Of
some
course
of it's
there is.
some of it's so dumb. There's also I forgot the smart grill. There is a weird smart grill where you, if you look here in this image I just sent you, you would stick your meat inside this grill thing, and it is supposed to use AI to calculate how hot it needs to be to get to the right temperature as fast as possible. This is going to end so well.
I
People are
mean,
gonna get fucking. They're gonna burn their steaks.
Yep.
it's a vanishingly small market of sapiosexuals who are really into sticking their meat in smart grills. But I mean, I guess there might be some. I don't know why you would want some. Like, it's one thing to have, charcoal versus propane, like Hank Hill, but I think when it becomes AI steak versus human steak, I think that's where we could all come together on that one.
Yeah. There's also I do have to bring up you might have to sue MSI because they did announce a new Steam Deck contender called the MSI Claw.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Well, it's a pretty vague name. It's just a 4-letter word, but I mean that other guy owned the word edge for several years.
Yeah, hey, all you gotta do is just own the rights to the name, and then you can be I can't remember that guy's fucking name, but you know what, we can say Edge. We can edge all we want.
We can edge to the end of the universe if we wish.
Fuck
You can
yeah.
edge if you want to. You can leave your friends behind.
behind.
Because your friends don't edge, and if they don't edge, then they're no friends of mine.
And they must be using Opera GX. It's
Uh,
funny, they've been trying really hard to push the Edge browser to Zoomers with the fucking Edge meme.
Oh yeah.
But, like, I don't think anybody has ever used Edge. I mean,
I
it's
used
so
it to
funny
download Chrome.
Yeah. You use it to
Yeah.
download Chrome, Firefox, or Opera. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yes,
Or
so.
Brave if you feel like being a total degenerate.
They actually, when you look up a different browser, Edge will actually say, "Well, actually, Edge is pretty good. Maybe you should give us a try."
Yeah, it's
huh?
Are you sure you don't want to? It's like if you give me a $60 Microsoft gift card, maybe. You
I'd
could
need a bit
bribe
more
me.
than that to switch.
Give me the gift card, man.
Yes. I need the 3 numbers on the back, please. God. Yeah, so I'm looking here. eBay. Do you want to give me this eBay story?
eBay's
boy.
scaring the hose or something. What are they doing?
Yeah, so okay. For a little bit of context here, these two people here, David and Ina Steiner, they they
Penis
run
Steiner? What?
yeah, David and Ina Steiner.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you said penis.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, let's call her Penis Steiner.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, they ran a newsletter called E-commerce Bites, where they post information about e-commerce websites, including eBay, Amazon, all those. And eBay decided to do this absurd harassment like campaign against them. Not eBay themselves, obviously, but a few executives for eBay. So eBay's these former eBay employees, who I think are named later, but they're not named right here. They decided to put the victims through a basically just 6-day harassment campaign. So they were getting anonymous and disturbing deliveries, including a book on surviving the death of the spouse, a bloody pig
Holy
mask.
shit!
Yep. Oh, it gets worse. So a bloody pig mask, a fetal pig, a funeral wreath, and live insects. The intimidation also. Oh yeah.
Who is responsible for this?
Okay, so this was all right. So this was the company's former security director, the director of security and safety, Jim Baugh. So
Jim
it was
Baugh.
led by him, but former CEO Devin Wieng and then chief communications officer Stephen Weimer decided to take down the Steiners after growing frustrated of their coverage of eBay. In executing the takedown, of course, they sent all those informations. They also included publishing a series of Craigslist posts inviting the public for sexual encounters at the victim's home. So that is a different level of fucked, but it keeps getting worse.
Oh yeah, that's fucked.
The intimidation did not stop there. After sending tweets and DMs threatening to visit the couple's home, former eBay employees then escalated the criminal activity by traveling to Massachusetts and installing a GPS tracker on their car. And then spotting their stalkers, the Steiners then called the police, who then coordinated with the feds to investigate Levy, Levy, who's one of them in here, who is the stalker. Okay. In what they, let me edit that out later. To investigate what the FBI agent Levy, the attorney Levy, said was an unprecedented stalking campaign fueled by eBay's toxic corporate culture. So once they then got involved, they decided to delete fucking everything, including informing them they needed to throw the cops off the trail, their other coworkers. Which, again,
so this is a whole fucking scandal then. This is wild.
This is, yeah, and eBay is paying eBay, the company, is paying $3 million to the Steiners.
Jesus.
Which, that's not enough. And
yeah, that's...
This also personally makes me not want to ever shop at eBay again.
was
Yeah, I
just
mean,
looking at buying a fucking old laptop on there, but I guess fuck that.
Yeah.
honestly,
You've just
personally, I never
I'm
really
only
trusted
going to
eBay.
pirate I'm only gonna pirate things from eBay from now on.
Of
Hell
course.
yeah.
Um, yeah, all 7 of the former employees have been convicted on felony charges. The ringleader was sentenced to 57 months in federal prison, and the rest have received sentences between 12 and 24 months. 2 former employees were sentenced to a year of home confinement. One of them is pleading guilty and still awaiting sentencing.
Jesus.
But honestly,
Imagine,
good. They
imagine
deserve that shit.
putting, yeah, like that's the thing though. Imagine putting all of this together, knowing it's illegal, and just being like, I'm a trailblazer in the act of threatening people.
Yeah, it's like, and here's the thing: what they were writing on their website is probably very minuscule and probably like even if it was like petty bullshit, even if it was like total drama.
But what
What makes
exactly
you think
were
that?
they writing?
They were just covering eBay's shit. Like e-commerce bites is it's pretty reputable from what I've seen. They've
Hmm.
broken stories that have been pretty decent. It's one of those things. As a company, they just don't like any criticism, and then decided to target someone who
I
effectively was
mean,
just innocent.
this is full on Streisand effect,
Yeah,
though.
I mean,
Streisand effect.
Yeah.
effectively, I mean, I guarantee you a lot of people look at this and be like, yeah, all right, I'm not buying on eBay. There's alternate sites to eBay, usually better at dealing with like arbitration and third party bullshit too.
Yeah, like that's the thing. I've never really trusted like going on eBay and getting stuff because of that.
Yeah, it's their arbitration process is a pain in the ass. It
Well,
Good riddance to eBay. Fuck you. It's my take.
Rip Bozo.
yeah, that's interesting. I mean, shit, that's not going to cancel them as a company or something, but
But
like,
yeah,
probably
it's
should.
fucked. Yeah. I've also got a less fucked corporate story if you guys want to hear about a sad name change.
Is it going to be
Oh.
corporate horrible dystopia? Because I'm all there for
It's
that.
it's kind of, it's religious corporate dystopia.
Okay.
Praise
Yeah.
Jesus.
Ah, man. Come and Go, which is the funniest. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Which before you like, obviously there might be some. We've got a moderately decent European audience. Come and Go is a real place. It's not spelled like you think. It's Cum, but it's a great name. Come
It's
and
spelled
Go.
close enough.
It's so good. And then of course, Come and Go was acquired by FJ Management's Maverick chain, which is a Utah-based company. Um, they are it's owned by this annoyingly like big family called the Maglet family.
Are they Mormons?
Uh,
They're in Utah.
what a bunch of
Yeah,
little
I was
Yeah.
about
fucking
to ask.
maglets. This is some real maglet behavior from a bunch of brainlet maglets.
Yeah. And at one point, they were going to just rebrand the ones in Mavericks territory, which is Utah, and leave the rest unchanged. Which that's dumb, but also it's like okay, I guess.
Adding yet
Yeah.
another Carl's Jr. Hardy split to this poor nation of ours.
Well, now they're all just gonna go Maverick. We're not even gonna Come and Go. That's such a good fucking name.
I hope Jake Paul Logan Paul,
I think
whichever
so.
one has the Maverick sting. I hope they
It's
sue.
spelled
Fuck it.
differently. It's
Damn
annoying.
it.
It's
Damn
Maverik. It's like, oh, what's even worse?
Well,
They
maybe
just took
John
a C out.
McCain. Maybe John McCain's legacy. His family can sue because he was a real maverick.
Yeah,
So there you go.
he was the Maverick.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, it's yeah. Again, yeah. Maverick is concerned that its acquisition's name, which evidently has not held it back so far, is a problem. They spent $2 billion on this fucking company. It is going to piss people off. Which apparently,
Yeah.
this is something I've learned. The homophone of cum has been used as slang apparently as far back as the 1590s.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
That feels like something new.
It's not.
But yeah,
Feels like fresh cum.
I hope it's fresh. God, I
not
hope it's
dried
fresh.
and crusty.
But yeah, no, I mean, it obviously like the original meaning for come and go, even though obviously the name, it's funny. It it makes sense as you come in and then you go. It's meant
Yeah,
to be a
it
very
is.
quick place.
It's
Yeah, quick service.
multifaceted. Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
very complicated naming convention.
but it's like they've been open for so long, and making this change now, it's pretty much only because these people are fucking Mormons. It's embarrassing. Yeah,
Well, at
that's.
least we still
Yeah,
have
that's fun.
sheets.
I mean, Sheets, Bucky's.
I'm never gonna stop taking the sheets and sheets, boys.
Oh yeah, Bucky's sounds like the name of a sex act. So I mean, that's one of them.
Well,
Yeah, it also
America,
has a
well,
weird fucking beaver.
America has the Obama gas station, so I mean, quit your
True.
Hell yeah,
complaining.
land of the free, home of the Atlanta Braves.
On with the Obama gas station.
We gotta go to the Obama gas station.
I mean, I
It's a
think you
holy
live
site.
near
It's
it or
hallowed
something,
ground.
I
don't you?
might. If not, it's at least like a state or two away.
I think I know. I knew somebody at some point who was near that gas station and mentioned that they passed it recently.
That's in South Carolina. That's a little bit of a drive.
Yeah.
It's so fucking that fucking just seeing the Obama painted logo. It's great.
Obama gas
It
station.
has like nothing to do with Obama either. That's just the name of it.
Yeah, but it's after he just took the
Richland
branding.
County.
Yeah.
Like it's great. The branding that he used after the election.
I mean, Trump gas station probably would have got him in trouble.
I mean, I'm surprised he never did that though. He had Trump steaks.
Available specifically at a what was it, a computer parts store?
I think so. I think it was like Circuit City or some shit.
A Sharper Image, I think.
You're a one-stop shop.
Oh man. I don't really have too much else after that.
I have a lot. I just haven't been saying much.
All right.
The tunnels. The tunnels.
Oh, yeah,
we
tunnel.
can get to that later. I have a few things.
Okay.
First of all, let's laugh at Elon Musk.
Yeah.
So a bunch of accounts that have been critical of Elon Musk have been suspended recently
Yep. And then
from Twitter.
Then some of them got unsuspended. Like I know
Yeah, some of them did.
Ken Klippenstein got unbanned and a few others, but I'm not certain of all of them.
Yeah, and the funniest thing remains to be Elon Musk on April 25th, 2022,
Yeah.
saying, quote, "I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter, because that is what free speech means." Concerning. Let's see what else. Small stuff, because yeah, there's a few big things, but small stuff first. SAG-AFTRA
Yeah.
and Replica Studios introduced groundbreaking AI voice agreement at CES. And from the way I've heard it, this is not a decision that was consulted with the members of SAG on. Some of them literally learned through this announcement, and they're not happy about it. But
I would imagine.
Quote, I think this is directly from SAG-AFTRA's website. This new agreement. Fuck. Maybe I should stop smoking. This new agreement paves the way for professional voiceover artists to safely explore new employment opportunities for their digital voice replicas with industry-leading protections tailored to AI technology, allowing AAA video game studios and other companies working with Replica to access top SAG-AFTRA talent. So basically, SAG-AFTRA just sold their voice, like the voices of literally every single actor in SAG.
Well, I think
they just sold it.
We'll see
without getting consent or anything.
We'll see what it is essentially developers can pick from that pool of those AI voices. And I think if actors want to become AI voices, they have to go through that studio. But
Okay.
But it's also like They didn't
Yeah,
ask a
it's-
lot of people on this, and there's a lot of people upset.
Yeah, a lot of people are not happy about it.
Yeah.
So that's wild. You want to know what else is wild? Power scaling your presidents based on how many pizzas they can hold.
Oh yeah.
Pizzas?
Oh, this is a good one.
Yeah. All right, hang on. I gotta copy the link separately.
Yes. So we've gotten to a point in politics, at least in America, where both of them are just unspeakable, evil, awful people. That now we're comparing how heavy they can lift pizzas. So they can lift,
I see.
like, can you lift 2 pizza boxes or can you lift 8? There we go. Yeah.
This is from Johnny MAGA, which is, what's in the name, really?
It's a fantastic
Trump
name, yeah.
saying, quote, Trump is carrying around 8 pizzas like it's nothing. Biden with faceplant with more than 2.
Yeah, and it's like, these are, like, on average, like a large pizza, so it's not super
It's
heavy.
not really that heavy. Yeah, they're Little Caesars pizzas, for God's sake.
They're Casey's, so they're not as
Oh,
heavy.
okay. Damn,
Trump-
that sucks.
Trump
That
is
sucks.
like-
That sucks being not as good as Little Caesars.
The thing about Trump that's funny is that I think he's younger than Biden, but he looks either like the same age or worse. Like,
Yeah.
I'd say
say what
same
you
age.
will, say what you will about Biden being senile or whatever, it's kind of unfortunate what a joke that I don't like Biden very much.
Oh, I
but,
don't either.
I mean, I don't think anybody does really.
Yeah.
Nobody. He was never anybody's. He's the most like third or fourth choice president that there's ever been.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I feel like it's just a little bit. I don't know, strange how people are so willing to make fun of his, like, what appears to be some kind of mental, I don't know, degenerative thing like Alzheimer's or whatever, just being old and fucking senile, and like that's a horrible thing, for somebody to have to go through. But I guess because he's the king of the Democucks, it's fine.
The king of the libtards.
Yeah.
So, we could all be better presidents than Trump is basically what this post means.
Yes.
Like I can carry 8 pizzas like it's nothing.
Yeah.
I could probably carry more than 8 pizzas like it's nothing.
Gee,
I
Trump,
know
your
I-
mom lets you have 8 pizzas.
Fucking yeah. I just don't get why people. I don't know.
I don't know. It's weird.
I mean, I don't know why. I mentioned earlier I was watching a video talking about like conservative comedy stuff and some of it not being very good. Most of it that I saw not being particularly
It's
good.
not really great.
Well, yeah, I mean, any comedy that's too political in any direction and just becomes like, propaganda.
Yeah, it's preachy
It's
to a
the-
point.
It's the same. The cancel culture jokes are the same thing as "Did you know Trump's stupid?" Like that whole era of comedy a few years ago. But there was one where it was a guy going like, "Who can even?" Well, Trump got like impeached on like 17 different things. Who even remembers all of the reasons he got impeached? And he goes into this routine about like, oh, he got impeached because he had 2 scoops of ice cream and just all this silly shit. And I'm just sitting there like, well, maybe the reason people can't remember why he, like, all the things he got impeached for is because nobody's ever been impeached 17 times at once before.
Yeah.
Like, for all of the things, I mean, it's very strange to be like, it wasn't even serious, bro. It was just the media. And, I mean, I don't know.
Man. God, I can't wait to talk
Let's
about
see.
Ian Miles Chung.
All right. Well,
Who is-
first,
Who is
let's-
alive, unfortunately.
unfortunately. So, real quick,
Yeah.
I just kind of want to say this. I don't really want to talk about it much because it's just a stupid, a silly thing that a silly man has done. Kanye West removed his teeth and replaced them fully with titanium dentures.
Ooh. I mean,
Well,
What a
that's just
silly
like-
thing for this silly man to do.
Isn't that just like the 2024 version of grills?
yeah, but worse because
Okay,
grills
okay.
go over your teeth. Grills
So-
don't replace them.
That's actually not true. Well, they're not not the grills thing. The
Yeah.
grills thing is right. He didn't remove his teeth, actually. Thank you, community notes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, it's just a grill. It's just
Okay.
a fucking grill.
All right.
Thanks, Dexerto, for the fucking shitty ass information.
God, I don't know why I ever trust something from Dick Serto without waiting for a fucking community note. I'm a fucking
I
moron.
don't fucking know.
Community notes are the real MVP, as we've seen with Ian.
Community notes
Real,
are the
I
only good
signed up to
thing.
vote for them.
Yeah,
Hell, I
when
might even pop a community note on there on something
Community
that
notes.
I know of.
when
Hell
can we
yeah.
get the community notes to run for president? I'd vote for them.
Honestly, give it a few years.
Oh, I've got one thing that I just put for the Ian Miles Chong bit, but
Oh my god, that's not true. That second one is not fucking true. Anyway, well, actually, it could be true. I don't know. Anyway,
yes.
I'll read the rest of that later. First of all, Ian Miles Chong is a retarded man, a retarded individual. He's fucking stupid.
He's so dumb.
Holy shit. Okay, so this is from Ian Miles Chong. He posted this January 15th. A few days ago. I'm glad we postponed for this.
Yep.
From Ian Miles Chong, and he posts a video of essentially, you know how with soda dispensers, you have to get the right balance of syrup to water.
Yeah.
He's posting a video
carbonation.
get the flavor of the balance of the flavor and the carbonation.
Get the flavor of the bowels in there.
Oh,
It's very
shut up.
important.
Well, I mean, if you're drinking a Coca-Cola, maybe.
Yeah, Coke Zero. Fuck you.
Coca-Cola.
Pepsi
okay.
drinkers literally thinking they can have opinions.
Listen, shut the fuck up. Pepsi's
Yeah.
better than your.
Say it. Say Pepsi's better than my mom, Tristan. You know you were gonna say it. So just say it, you coward.
I was gonna say your soda, but you don't have a soda. Maybe that's why. Maybe you have such shit opinions. They don't give you a soda.
They don't let me have it anymore. No.
No.
I used to.
They took soda privileges away from you.
That's why Canada doesn't get cheer wine.
Oh no.
That's a damn shame.
It is.
Tragedy.
I wanted to try it.
So he posted a video. I got out of breath there. He posted a video of someone who's basically making sure that the balance of the flavor syrup and the carbonated water are like, equal for optimal flavor. Then Ian Miles Chong posts this video and adds his stupid fucking comment. Quote, who just learned that the drink dispensers at restaurants actually dispense syrup and carbonated water instead of the drink you'd get straight out of a bottle? Ian, you're 45 fucking years old, Ian. You're 78 years old, Ian. You're a fucking centurion. How do you not know this?
The fact that is he really 45?
I don't know.
I think he's in his like mid-30s.
He's got to at least be in his 30s. Yeah,
I was guess probably like 38.
It reminds me of when this happened like years ago, where I learned, like in my early 20s or something, I learned that a postal code was something shared by your whole block kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I was like fascinated, like, wait, you mean we don't all get a postal code that's all of our postal code? What? I thought I had my own individual postal code, dude. Or sorry, zip code, because you're both Americans.
They're called the same thing.
My own individual thing. No, but at least in that case, I was like, probably not. I was probably like half the age of fucking Ian Miles Chong.
At least.
But I guess I never really thought too much about the soda fountains. I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense. It's basically just a soda stream on a bigger level.
It's essentially the same thing. It's just they make it to scale, and they get a lot of fucking money out of those.
Yeah.
But and also like Ian, like some of his other takes lately. I posted one. So Marvel just put out a show called Echo recently, which is about and this Twitter post.
Some shit. Who cares?
Yeah. And he was saying that he'd love to see her in actual fight. This is a woman who is like in real life, she's deaf and an amputee at her leg, and she's actually a martial artist.
Mm.
Like, she's actually been fucking training. Uh, but also,
Yeah,
she's like 5'8", and according to Ian Miles Strong, he is the same height as Zelensky, Putin, and Fauci, which I don't know how he knows their heights, but that's
that's
just
an
weird.
interesting list of people to be comparing yourself to in some way.
Ian is fucking weird. I
He's a
don't
very strange boy.
We've noticed that before, yeah.
like
No,
He's
the
also
thing with
retarded, but
yeah.
the thing
primarily he's a strange boy.
the thing with the Echo woman, it reminds me of the whole like, oh, if a man tried to take on a woman in like women's basketball or something, even if you're like 15 and out of shape, you could probably beat a pro athlete. And it's like, well, I would love to see like the quartering or someone,
Yeah.
really try to put their money where their mouth is with something like that.
I mean, I I liked what I've seen of the show so far. It doesn't get too preachy. I don't know. It just oh, hang on.
I mean,
You're good. I just
mhm.
saw something that I might have to link real quick because it's possibly something leaked from Mama Max's Discord. Hang on.
Oh yeah, no, he's apparently gonna sue Muda for like $1 million or
Yep.
something.
Oh,
I guess
great.
that segues us nicely into the new drama of we have a new enemy in town. Not really, but the new drama of the continuing drama. We've talked about it, the whole Mama Max thing. Which,
Yep.
by the way, I was like one of the first people to call
You were.
to talk about it, and nobody has mentioned that, and I have not been given the credit for protecting
You were
children and
fucking
exposing
early on that.
predators. I was exposing predators, and YouTube doesn't want to platform me because I'm disabled. It's really disheartening.
God, what if
But
that is a reason he didn't go after you either?
I mean, hey, that would be funny. But yeah, Mudahar finally put out his video
Yeah,
talking
him
about
and Diorio.
yeah, and well, Mudahar and Max were I get kind of friends, at least kind of.
Yeah.
I remember there was a video where Max referred to Muda as my dad,
Uh,
or rather, Muda referred to Max as that. So like it was a mutual thing.
yeah.
But it was that was years ago, and that was during like maybe his first time where he was trying to guilt everybody into calling YouTube a pedophile. Like everybody at YouTube who works at YouTube is pedophiles because my video had nudity in it and they took it down.
Yeah.
That was his whole thing, and for some reason we all listened to that and believed it. And Muda was like friends with him, but he was really banking on Muda to back him with his whole thing. And he's his current. I mean, people. I think everybody's familiar with it now. The recent thing where he's been trying to fucking out this dude, this random guy with no proof of anything.
Yeah.
And Muda eventually responded, and he was like, "Max, what the hell are you doing? What the hell? There's no proof. I mean, this is stupid, Max. Take it to the right authorities." And finally, Muda put out his video, like a full hour and something minute long video, where at the end of it, after going through everything, including how he faked a bunch of his like various investigations, how he lied about ever having put people away, like he straight up lied on people's podcasts about this person that I talked about in this video is now in police custody, and and it was because of my video that it happened,
Yeah.
Oh,
and that
jeez.
was just lies.
Well,
Nobody has ever been like caught for any of his investigations. The whole thing has been a grift.
yeah. And the
Uh,
whole time talking about like, oh well, some of it's real, but some of it's also fake, and I think that the audience will get it. It's like, I the only thing I'd ever like to say to him, really, if I was ever to get a chance to talk to him, would be, you might you can be a YouTuber all you want, that's fine, but
I wouldn't even
you
say that
well
to
no, hang on, but he will
him.
never be a filmmaker, despite all that he wants to be. His
Ooh.
desperate attempt to want to be this fucking successful filmmaker, and I can see it from his editing style. He wants to
well,
desperately,
it
but
says
it's
it constantly. My name is Max Striker. I'm a filmmaker.
but what film is he making? What studio is ever going to touch him, especially now with all this fucking bullshit?
Well, the film is child abuse
Yeah,
and
it's
you know
and he also just
exploitation thereof.
and I am so I thought that people could like Hotline Miami is the simplest story, and it expressly shows you that the consequences of vigilantism. Although
Yeah.
people don't understand that because fun gameplay, and I love that we have regressed as a society to where yeah, fun gameplay is all people all it's all they can read into is just oh the gameplay is fun and it's a story
Well,
about violence.
it's not just that. I mean, it's similar, but like,
Yeah,
you
but
know,
expressly like he's talking about the
the
vigilantes.
Joker, the Joker counts as one of these, or the Punisher, even better, someone who you
Yeah,
really shouldn't look up to as like an idol, or like this is how I should live my life. Walter White is a popular one these days, where like a lot of people sort of view him as like a hero who's
yeah,
misunderstood. From what I understand, anyway, I don't believe he really is. I don't think that's
yeah. It's
the intention.
well, it's also like trying to explain because I've tried to get my dad and like my mom and dad and that for years, like begging that for years, and they're always like, oh, but it glorifies us. I'm like, no, no, it really doesn't. If you look deeper than the surface, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Also,
It's
yeah,
interesting because yeah, there was the leaked call with him, and it wasn't like a stream or anything, but it
yeah,
was him
and
and
Diorio,
Nicholas Diorio and Mudahar, and also of course Spencer, the victim, was there, who lives with Max, and that's not suspicious or anything.
yeah,
Um, they're all there, and Max. There's like a really shady part where I mean it's him straight up admitting it, where he's like, well, I don't really expect anyone to take, what I make my films seriously unless there's like a criminal's face on screen.
yeah. Which it's like okay, so
Hmm.
then why? All right, then why? If everything is bullshit, but you framed it in this fucking way, this like whole structure of a video, which it's this big jerk off fest for you. Which congratulations, dude, you can edit. Good for you. But it's this unstructured flood of imagery, and it's nothing deeper than just imagery. There's no half of it is no meaning. Half of his videos have no meaning to them. It's a lot of vague
Yeah.
words, but no meaning, no structure to them. And then he tells you to watch a 4 hour fucking podcast, which I know we can't say anything. We've made 4 hour podcasts, but nobody's going to watch a dense, like,
We've
explanation
we've
heavy
made
4 hour podcast.
we've made 4 hour podcasts with cool people who are
Yeah,
interesting to listen to.
like the smart and Deca Dicker's episode, I think is one of my favorite things I've ever made because
It's so good.
because one thing because we had like stories lined up and shit, but the smart thing is I think after the first one we just kind of stopped doing that and just let him talk, which
Yeah,
was smart. But that's also because we kept a conversation light and fun and
instead of
even
talking about how YouTube is a pedophile.
yeah
You remember? You remember? Hey, Mama Max, you remember what happened to Matt Watson?
oh
You remember that? You remember that
Oh
shit?
yeah,
I
Huh?
everybody
mean
kept comparing that to the Matt's What It Is.
yeah, I'll say this. So far, his life hasn't been as embarrassing as Matt Watson's. That could change.
I mean, shit, I don't know. That was like, well, he had all those weird old videos that he made, I guess.
Yeah,
But I mean, so does Max have a lot of weird, cringy old videos, and
yeah,
now he's made even more of a spectacle of
but it's
himself
like
in some
didn't
ways.
Matt Watson almost have like a jerk like jacking in the San Diego moment? Like, didn't he like get naked on stream?
I don't really remember, but that
Been a
sounds
while.
familiar.
The Cody 2012 guy is the guy who jacked off in the San Diego streets. That's a story.
No, he didn't
Yeah.
jack off, but yeah, but
I
he was
I admittedly I might be
he
conflating
was
things.
having a fun. He was well, he wasn't having fun. I don't know.
I'm not fully up to date.
My brain stopped working an
I
hour
could be
ago.
wrong on that. You're good. But yeah, no, like Max is too pretentious to do anything good. That's my take.
I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, I don't know. It's just fucking weird to see the comments on the Mudahar video basically being like, I made my stream, my clip of it, and I mean, I know that most of the people in my chat and most of my comments were positive, but like,
Yeah.
You know, this guy is a pretty big channel. He had a lot of support for a long time, and it's really not like his new stuff is that different. You see the clips of like any of the videos he made in the past couple of years even, where it's just this it's the same thing. It's this super overproduced bullshit with a bunch of like ridiculous editing and stuff. Um and it's like I don't know. I mean, everybody was just okay with that until all of a sudden we all just had our fucking eyes opened to
I,
like, wow, this is really
yeah.
cringe and embarrassing and not helping at all. And it's suddenly really obvious what you're doing. I don't know what changed.
Well,
I don't know what changed.
what I think it was is just it's like people gave him the benefit of the doubt the first time because I mean, obviously, you don't want to think someone has bad intentions, even inherently, you don't want to, even if they do stupid shit. And then people gave him past the second time, and that was a little weirder. But admittedly, I never watched his content because I, I hate
You
to
have
say it like this,
self-respect.
I'm a normal person. Like, most of the shit I watch on YouTube is about gaming and news. I would never have seen his content.
I mean, like, I don't think there's anything inherently wrong with making content trying to out pedophiles or something,
Yeah,
obviously. But
but
speaking
there's a
of
way to
which,
do it.
I think Nick Bate is a free man now or something.
No, his mugshot got updated. He's still got a few more
Oh,
years. I
really?
think about like 8. I should
Oh,
honestly, I
wow.
should try reaching out again.
I could have sworn he was like slated to come out either like he already did or it would have been like last year or this year or something. But
uh,
I
let
mean,
me
thank God he's got more time. That's good.
let me really click. Uh, I there's another person I know that tweeted about it. And I'm trying to find it. There's a lot of people who've just been like restricting their tweets. That's great. Um,
Well, yeah, it's that Elon Musk free speech.
here I'm just keep looking. But yeah, Nick Bate I think is in jail for like 12 more years.
Well, that's good.
Yep.
Speaking of
Uh,
people going to jail, oh,
Oh
is
yes.
there?
boy. Oh, we have 2 updates on old friends.
That's true.
Yep.
Oh, that shot some energy into my veins. Hey, you guys remember last week when we were talking about Viper?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll mention that I mentioned this on that episode, but like at the very end, Viper is free now.
Yeah.
He's out. He's working on his court case, as it would seem, and he's putting out new albums like National Exoneration Day and hashtag Free Viper. Which, to be fair, that first one isn't really a break from norm. So hey.
Yeah, when you posted the fucking like the album cover is all ready and everything. I have to assume because he's got, he's a meme.
Yeah.
He's probably got like various people who, like Chris Chan, no matter what he does, they'll probably be like, "Yeah, I'll still make an album cover for you." What happened? You killed 6 people? Absolutely, bro. Murdering 6 people and then hiding the bodies is fucking stupid. 4. And it's ready. It's all ready for you, bro. So I'm assuming he didn't make it himself, but just having that so ready to go once he's out
Yeah,
on
it's
bail, he's
it's
like in a
very
suit. Like post it again, isn't he? Like he's wearing like a fucking suit, like he's at his own trial or something.
I think
hang on.
so. Also, I just
Scroll
posted
back up
the
to it.
updated image of Nick Bate there. So yeah, he is his release date is between 2032 and 2056.
Oh, dude, I just noticed the fucking Mama Max. Where
Yeah.
he's like, Mutahar is extremely rich, so the lawsuit seeks $1 million in damages, and then the first response is, "Dude, no, can this stop?" Oh
uh
God, yeah,
I hope
national
honestly,
exoneration
I
day.
hope that's real.
I I love the background and the way he's like a cutout that ends just slightly
Yeah,
after the text begins.
we're talking about Viper
Viper.
National Exoneration
Yeah.
Day.
Yeah, so there's a new Viper album released or coming soon, at least very shortly after he's been arrested and then put on bail, released on bail for
Yeah.
holding a woman captive for like 5 years, and then also there was a dead body found in his fucking house.
Oh, come on.
Speaking of,
Oh, it's gonna be a fun reveal.
I think we mentioned that already. Didn't
No,
not yet.
It's
I might
been a
have
while.
mentioned that on. I might have mentioned that on stream.
did.
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I just
Yeah,
looked.
well-
His website is like broken right now.
Well,
I
probably a lot of
mean,
traffic.
it's probably been broken for a while.
Yeah, well, it's a band camp. That's why I was a
It's
little like
broken
Oh,
band
okay.
camp for a broken man.
what? Yeah, it just shows like
True.
here. Maybe it's me here. You guys go here and see if you see shit.
Give me a sec.
And for me, it's just showing literally a string of numbers after like Viper file to get notified of new releases. Then
Yeah.
415234446 and then an asterisk. If you know
Hopefully
what-
that's not somebody's phone number.
Yeah, hey, tell you what, chat, you figure out fuck that is, please let us know. Don't
It's
call.
not a. It's not a. It's not an ad block thing.
Yeah, because I turned my blocker off and that's weird. All right. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
I want to read, or rather, Tristan, would you like to do the honors of reading this full Viper tweet though? Because this is really, it's like
Okay.
it's like a hypnospace outlaw, like advertisement, but it's real.
So this is an advertisement for the National Exoneration Day album. This was posted by Viper. Like, when was it? Sometime the night before last.
Yeah.
And it's National Exoneration Day, a day of humility and integrity. Cassette or CD, you choose. With free Viper signed bonus DVD. Now while items last. I can't continue to do the Viper voice.
Understandable.
All right. I'll start for the top. You may, if you want to cut, you can cut. But
There you go.
National Exoneration Day, a day of humility and integrity. Cassette or CD, you choose. With free Viper signed bonus DVD. Now while items last, and available now on all online music streaming platforms and on all online stores.
I want to point out that available now and all online stores have like 17 exclamation
Yeah.
marks after them.
Yeah.
And then it's. I mean, I hope that maybe can you put this Viper in the thumbnail or something? Like I don't know if that's finalized, but damn, he looks so like he barely gives a shit. I mean, he's looking better than he did in the fucking mugshot at least. But that would have honestly been a better album cover.
I'm pretty sure he has his mugshot on one of his albums.
Oh, like a different mugshot? That
Yeah,
makes sense.
because you know Viper. Always
He's in and out.
Always releasing stuff. You know, he always
Always dropping everything.
He's always releasing stuff
probably
and
6 albums out at this point.
always popping out into prison and stuff, you know.
It happens.
And I'm
All right.
trying to see here. I cannot find that album. It is not out currently.
No, I think it's still to come. We'll have
Let me
to
check his
wait on that.
Spotify.
Although
That's just gonna be
Spotify,
songs.
his first album of the year is "Y'all Cowards Don't Even Smoke Crack" 5.1.1.
Holy shit.
God damn!
Yeah, this album is probably just going to be like a bunch of music from 10 years ago that he's just
He's
Mhm.
repackaged
It's a
on this
Viper
album again.
Yeah, it's a Viper album.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
It's
the
the
guy.
charm of a Viper album.
It's charming, but I don't know. There's quite a. It's funny because we were talking about Mudahar with the Max situation. He's actually apparently making a video about the Viper situation too, so that's kind of interesting. I'm just looking for more people to talk about the Viper. Like talk about him. I barely know anything about Viper. Like he's such an interesting
I still
internet
want to see if we can
personality.
interview him. That's
Yeah, I would like to
would.
have him on. You know what? Straight up. I'm not writing this myself. Y'all write a DM for me to send to him.
All right.
Let's do it each of us does it one word at a time, like the old 4chan.
Hi,
Dear
Viper.
No, start again.
Dear feller. No, well, hang on, it's got some connotations.
Dear Jenger.
Dear, Dear fentanyl slime.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, I mean I he's an interesting character. He's like lolcow adjacent, where
Yeah.
he's not really a lolcow. I mean, maybe he will be at some point. Maybe this is the
Yeah, like
beginnings of it, sort of. But
he lacks that sort of unique quality that
well,
all
he
lolcows
doesn't
have, you
like
know?
Yeah.
scream at the haters or
Yeah.
anything like that. He doesn't really
He's
engage
not
in that way.
combative. He's just
Exactly.
sitting there releasing music and occasionally threatening people who work with him.
And occasionally scamming people and stealing their music,
Yeah.
allegedly, and occasionally maybe just a little bit holding a woman captive for several years. And then, yeah, so what's the
And
story with this body thing? What happened there? I'm sorry to
So
have spoiled it, but
yeah. It's okay.
I really don't fully get this.
Yeah, this
There was a body found in Viper's house, apparently, but he apparently he has like no connection to the death. It was just chilling in his
it
like
it seems like
house.
someone who died of natural
is this
causes.
is this like a dead Jenga
How do you
storage
not know
kind of
this?
thing, or like?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like apparently it was someone who died of natural causes, but how do you not notice that?
I mean, maybe it's like the fucking Futurama episode with Santa where the kid's like, "You gave Grandpa some nuts and he choked on one and he's getting real ripe now." Maybe he's just like the person was just like laying in a chair in a corner and like, "Oh man, she hasn't moved for a while, but she's okay. She'll snap out of it."
Yeah, give
Rest
her a
in
minute.
peace.
Always she's always a little sluggish without her coffee.
Yeah, yeah. Rest in peace. Respect to the deceased.
Yeah, I'm looking here. This woman was found in the same home. Um, yeah, discovered less than 2 months after a pregnant woman was rescued from the same house. Um, let's see here. Pervin medical examiner's records. Catherine Roberts, who was the woman who died, died of alcoholic liver disease and Hep C. Um, she was living in a converted garage, which actually might have been the place that everyone was pointing to in the album.
Yeah, it might have been.
It actually
The
might have.
album.
Yeah, the joke album, Viper. This is where I kept the woman kidnapped, and it points to
Oh
the.
my god, yeah.
This actually might just be that instead.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, at this time, at this time, Carter, who goes by Viper, is not being investigated into Robert's death, which authorities are chalking up to as a bizarre coincidence. Houston's police spokesperson Shay Awasian, I hope I didn't fuck that name up. It wasn't ruled as a homicide; it was a natural cause, so there wouldn't be any police investigation. Harris County District Attorney spokesperson declined to comment on any connection between the kidnapping case and the death when asked by NBC on Tuesday. So yeah, fuck.
Crazy shit going on in Viper's world, huh?
Yeah, this is
What
one.
a fucking story, yes.
This is one. I don't know how to feel. It's like I still want to blame Viper for it in a way, where it's like this feels weird and the timing fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
I kind of don't. I mean, Viper trying to capitalize on this woman's being held captive
I
or
don't-
whatever. I mean,
Yeah,
okay.
I thought I knew where Skull was going with that. My
yeah,
hands were
no, I don't know about this dead person situation. Is that someone that's even related to him, or
I don't
think
even
it was just
know.
someone who was living with him,
it's like a crack den or something? I guess I don't know,
which
but
honestly
yeah.
respect. But
Well, you'll cowards don't even die of natural causes.
the old cowards never die of Hep C.
You'll cowards don't even autoerotic asphyxiate. But yeah, no, I mean he's trying to basically like, he hasn't been exonerated. Obviously, that's the name of the album, Exoneration Day or whatever. But he's not. He's just on bail.
Yeah.
So it's like misleading, and he's like selling this album on the pretense of, yeah, bro, I totally didn't like kill keep that woman it's like OJ making that If I Did It book. I don't know, it's funny, but it's like it's pretty scummy. I don't
Well, I think
know. I don't know
what's
about that
happening.
Viper. I think he might be bad news.
I think what's happening is he's saying that the National Exoneration Day is coming soon,
Yeah, it's
so
he's
he
gonna get
eventually he will
exonerated
be
for it.
exonerated.
He will be, yeah, someday. Sure, okay.
Yeah, give it.
I mean, he's
Well,
trying.
speaking of someone else eventually being exonerated.
Uh-oh.
You triggered Tristan.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tristan.
Those were my words. Those were my MK Ultra words.
You just got triggered
let me
back
pull-
in. He's
Z
Jason.
has come too.
All
He
right,
is
let me
Jason Bourne.
search up his fucking name. I should have that shit on like speed type at this point.
Have it on a a hotkey.
You
Oh.
you guys know our the friend whose court case we're watching,
Yeah.
Stephen McCullough,
Esteemed human
alleged,
being.
yes, alleged murderer of Natalie McNally and former toy YouTuber. So they finally got him in for his plea. And you know what that bastard pleaded?
What's that?
Guilty of all charges?
God, I wish. No, he pleaded not guilty.
Oh, you don't
And
say.
yeah, and the I can't fucking believe this. The trial is in fucking September.
Jesus Christ. So he's gonna have.
Jesus.
So he's in jail, right?
Yeah, I think he's just in like, I'm not sure if it's protective
Non-prison
custody
jail.
or just holding or whatever it is.
So he's like, okay, well, as long as he's not just released in his home until the fucking trial date or
He'd
something.
probably be making fucking videos.
Oh
Can you
yeah.
imagine?
He'd be busy
He's-
copyright striking me.
He'd just be sitting there with his friends. His friends would like be very, very stiff, like something was up. Like they were maybe having guns aimed at them from just off a screen, and he'd be like, "Oh, yo, that Russell T Davis. Oh, yeah."
I don't know, I thought Chuti Gatwa was woke.
Oh god,
Good lord.
I went to Viper's Twitter page and
Well, real quick.
Yeah.
Was there a name? There's no the name. There is no date on the trial yet, but it's coming in September 2024, and the case is going to be reviewed in March. So,
Yeah.
Well,
I hope they choose sooner dates.
Okay, that didn't format correctly, but I just posted to you guys some of the latest albums from Viper.
Yeah.
Viper the Innocent Rapper. Look at that
okay,
image.
that's funny.
I don't know how to describe it.
He does this often where he will post a picture of himself, but like expand his pupils.
Oh yeah, then like deeply
God.
blur and edit everything else.
Yeah,
So
he's wearing like 18 necklaces.
Jesus Christ, the second one. It's called All the News Channels Will Apologize to Me Public. It's like a top text, bottom text meme.
It really
And
is.
it's the top text says they'll apologize to him. Then it's him that looks all like fucked up with Photoshop. A more impact font, it looks like, that says Viper. And then there's just like, I guess, a screenshot of Google News.
Yeah.
And then the bottom text, and those news channels that refuse to apologize to me publicly will be suing each for will be, but WILLB suing each for $5 million for slander and defamation of character. That's the name of his album, everybody.
Oh, it gets
Honestly,
even better.
Banger hits. I prefer track 3. I never did it. That damn person who made that meme album cover that pointed to my garage and said that he was here. I'm gonna be suing you for $3 million for slander and defamation of character.
So wait, are these real?
That track is
These
fire.
are what he's tweeting out.
These are real.
Oh
They're on his
my
fucking
God.
Twitter.
So the last one, it's like him in a futuristic dystopia. It's like, I'm going to say this, and it might not pick up because of the Discord compression, but if anybody remembers, it's that. It's Armageddon. And
We did not hear that.
God damn it, it's Armageddon from that weird CGI music video. But even after being wronged, black men, breaking news, have the strength and humility to help others and give back, &, give back to the community.
I really need to stress that breaking news was just in the middle of there
It's
covering
just
up
like
a word.
yeah, it's like the old like the absolutely disgusting meme or something. Like they just slapped in some text from another thing in there. This is really something, man. I mean, if he wasn't like a weird I mean, fuck it. Even though he's potentially a sex weirdo and a creeper, man, this guy's a fucking meme lord, though. I mean, like, I'm still kind of down for the Viper memes, even though fuck this guy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I know I shouldn't be. I really morally do not like what Vipers do. I'm the one on the Epstein flight shaking my head to show that I'm not okay with this. But
by the way, these aren't even some of the better ones. I limited it to 4, but
well, it's probably for the best for the audio
Yeah,
listeners. But
I'm
go
putting
check it out yourself.
true.
I'm putting National Exoneration Day in the thumbnail. It's there.
Oh hell yeah!
I'm just gonna post one more to the chat because the image is gold.
Okay, put that as 31.
Oh my god, it just gets worse and worse. Now there's 4 of the breaking news and they're all over his head. This looks like JoJo. What is going on?
The quote: the black man's resilience and resolve is unparalleled. Breaking news! Breaking news! Breaking news! Break it new. Viper, specifically when facing wrongful and ridiculous allegations. Quote: Viper, January 2024.
Yeah,
I love this man.
Look, I could post so much more on here because the album art should be successful forever. That's one thing I'll say.
Yeah, this is the sad thing about Viper is that the music is really never. It's like kind of stupid and funny how bad it is. Like it is shit post so bad it's good music, but it's so much less so bad it's good than than like the album covers and titles are. Like that's what the real art is. His music is kind of it's also funny, but it's nowhere near as funny as some of these like album titles. They will never live up to the titles and these unbelievable covers.
There is not going to be a song on this earth that lives up to "Kill Yourself, My Man."
No, or "Kill Yourself" N-word, or you ugly big nose dude.
You ugly big nose dude is a fantastic one.
That's such a great. I am still mean. I've meant to call somebody that for like 10 years, and I just never remembered to. It's such a shame. Man. One of these days, there will be an ugly big nose dude.
Also, he has 7 children.
Yeah.
So this really is JoJo. They're all going to go on to continue the Viper bloodline.
Pretty much. But here's the other thing, right? You know, you can say Viper's starting his own Viper army. That's a
he's already got his ghost army.
Hell yeah. God.
Speaking of Ghost Army, this may have already happened, but somebody is suggesting that I take a look on stream at Ghost from True Capitalist Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that he is, like, essentially, he's pre-Chris-Chan lolcow. Like, not anywhere near the same level of popularity, but he's definitely before Chris-Chan that he became, like, a thing. So that's interesting. I don't know.
He's definitely worth a look. He's still funny, I think, because he does so many dumb fucking things.
I know very little about him, but, you know, I'm down for some true capitalism. There was a Steam sale recently. It was the capitalism sale or something. And I know it was for games that were, like, financial-themed games or whatever, but it was just so funny to see this, like, the Steam capitalism sale. Oh, that's where we are now.
They know their market.
Surprisingly, not a single Sims game on there. It's weird. You'd think that would be the winner of capitalism.
You'd think, especially EA. Let's see. Yeah, I don't really got much.
Let me look through mine. I've been working on the thumbnail.
I can talk about game stuff real quick.
Yeah.
When are we gonna get to the Junnels?
Oh yeah,
the Junnels will come, my friend. Oh, by the way, there's something I meant to show you guys. This isn't gonna make it into the thumbnail, so this is just for you. Let me find it. It's in downloads. This one's just for y'all.
Oh shit, yeah. It's um it's good.
Yeah, you don't want to put that one in the thumbnail, probably. I
Um
feel like that one's gonna
I'm
get in some shit.
trying to find the other tunnel because there's another tunnel story.
Well, there was a tunnel story last time too. There was that
Yeah.
bitch that
Yeah,
like was digging her fucking house, her
which
neighborhood up or
update
something.
they shut it down.
Ah, Hampshire is never gonna happen. What a shame.
Bullshit.
Rip. Which is, I mean, hey, tunnels are fun.
I thought we lived in America. Well, clearly tunnels are fun. That's why it's the newest, hottest trend sweeping the nation.
Let me see if I can find there. Where was the other tunnel at? Oh yeah, there was a guy who. Oh yeah, the guy in Brazil. That's what I was looking for. Hold on here. Um,
Oh,
There's
yeah,
a Brazilian tunnel?
there is. This is an
Lot of
interesting one.
wow.
Um,
Were the Jews involved with that too?
no, but there is gold and death. So,
Oh.
ah.
So it's adjacent to the Jews then. Okay.
kind of. So this man, João Pimenta da Silva, 71, plunges 130 feet into to his death down hole he dug under his kitchen floor after dreaming gold was buried beneath his house. So
Was there gold though?
I not at least as far down as he went.
So in other words, he
Damn.
didn't get to China.
He was close, but he was
Oh, he
building
wound
this
up
on.
like just south of Persia. It's a real shame.
But if you look, here's an image of the hole, and that is honestly a really nice hole. But you can see in this other image I've got here
Oh
for you.
shit! That how did he manage to drill something that like evenly down?
So
It looks like a sinkhole.
It's like the fucking Batman Bane hole. It's like the one he climbs out of, like really small.
essentially, yeah. Uh, oh, fuck you, Daily Mail. I don't want to read about Kanye West. We just talked
Are you
about him, I
sure?
think. But yeah, he ended up
Yeah.
paying $80 to anyone who would enter the hole, and they'd go down under in this small sea with this rickety like scaffolding they've created out of basically a few planks of wood. And he lost his balance trying to get into the swing seat and slipped and fell.
Hmm. Well, that'll happen to you.
Yep. And I mean, hey, look, he had an ambition, he had a dream. He wanted to get down to this hole, get some gold, which hey,
Yeah, and I mean, I guess it's not, it's up to him if he wants to die in the pursuit of that, I suppose. He probably knew the risks.
I mean, think about it like this, right? What if he was only a few more feet to that gold? That's
What if when he fell down to the bottom, a little bit of rubble fell down, and the last thing he saw was that glint of the gold, and he shed a single tear and
I mean,
smiled.
oof.
I'm just imagining the guy who moves into this place after him, who like decides to transform it into like a secret trapdoor. For people like he gets a dinner guest that displeases him, and he just straight
He
down.
just presses the button like fucking Salazar in Resident Evil 4.
Can you sit in that? Can you sit in that chair? Actually, I've got a reason.
Yeah, it'd be
Okay.
great.
Yeah. Yeah.
The liberals always want to stop us from installing murderous trapdoors, but I thought we had freedom.
One
I
of
guess
these
it's because it's
days.
South America.
One of these days when we elect Johnny Murderhand into the White House, we're gonna have those. Or we're finally gonna be rid of the liberals.
That's never gonna happen. Murder Hand's tax agenda is a little too strict.
Yeah, but he's the funny red color, which means all funny red people gonna vote for him.
I suppose.
Man.
Uh,
God.
all
Yeah.
right,
Just this
I got
this story is just
three
wild.
more.
But yeah.
I got three more. So let's go with the one that's kind of funny.
All right.
Uh so Billy Mitchell. We want to talk about some Billy Mitchell.
Yay.
Yeah.
Legally a cheater or something. What happened?
Well, legally is a high score winner now.
Oh yeah, so he just won.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of. He kind of won, kind of didn't. Essentially, You can now see Billy Mitchell's high score on Twin Galaxies. However, comma, it's like an Internet Archive snapshot of the site.
Yeah.
But if you go to the main leaderboards, his scores aren't there, and he's still banned. So he didn't really win. He just kind of got this consolation prize. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll put you over in this corner. You know, you still can't come to our parties.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, he's a desperate loser. That's one thing for sure.
Oh
He,
yeah.
he's one of these all publicity is good publicity types, but also for a long time his success at Donkey Kong or whatever, the fucking other like Atari racing game too. It was
No,
like
that's a different guy.
unquestioned. That was
Although
oh yeah,
his
that was the other one.
his
His
scores are
friend.
back too. Todd
Yeah,
Rogers.
Todd
Rod
Rogers.
Todgers.
Yeah, no,
Todd
him.
Rogers with the impossible 5 seconds, 5.51 seconds in Dragster.
There's
Literally
been
impossible with frame perfect inputs.
there's a lot of people lately on the stream that I've been referring to as looking like Ron Jeremy from the Mario movie, the Sex Mario movie, but like Rod Todgers really does look a bit like Sex Mario.
Man. He really does. God. Yeah, no, look, I mean, Billy Mitchell will always be known as a cheater, though. So no matter whatever he
Yeah,
tries to do and how many lawsuits he files, that's
And
a
not even
reputation he ain't
like
gonna wash away.
and not even like the good kind of cheater like Elon Musk or like
Yeah,
someone who fudges the results of a NASCAR race or something.
exactly. The
But
guy who like
literally
bribes a candidate, that guy's cool.
not even like Tiger Woods or something,
Yeah.
but just some dude who lost at fucking like Donkey Kong and
It's
couldn't
like
deal
he
with
just
it.
couldn't handle that some other dude fucking beat him at a game made to eat quarters. It's like
Yeah,
if this is what he wants to stake his life on, good for you, Billy. I hope it's worth it.
it's very pathetic.
Your
And he
reputation
now
will
has
just
no
always be there.
reputation. Yeah.
Yeah. I
well,
mean,
he has a reputation. It's just not probably
Well,
not the one he wants.
not a popular one, yes.
fuck.
All right, I got two more.
Yeah. I'm really quick. I'm gonna go grab something, but I'll be right back. I can still hear you.
Oh, all right.
You
Well,
good.
I was gonna ask,
Oh yeah.
do we want
Yes.
sad YouTube or the internet is dead?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm partial for sad YouTube, but that's up to Claw.
Oh, I'll co-sign sad YouTube as long as
Alright.
we also get the internet is dead after.
Oh yeah.
Lads,
Yes.
a lot of YouTubers are quitting.
Yeah, including that grandma who died.
Oh god, I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
sad YouTube. That's what I thought you were leading into.
Yeah, rest in peace, Linja. Like for real.
Yeah, I didn't know
I
about her,
loved her
but I noticed a
videos.
lot of people were like very upset when that news dropped. But yeah, a lot of YouTubers are also quitting, as I guess what you were
Yeah,
getting at.
I
We talked about MatPat, I'm pretty sure, but there's also
yeah.
Tom
Well,
Scott, I think.
no. We didn't talk about MatPat. Not
Oh,
yet, at
didn't we?
least. Yeah, but MatPat's quitting. Tom Scott quit around the time we recorded the last episode.
That's Tom Scott, not Tom Ska, by the way. Very
Yeah,
similar names.
yeah. Tom Scott is I am in the Chernobyl reactor, standing next to the elephant foot. My skin feels a little weird.
Oh, and that's probably why he's quitting now.
Yeah, he didn't actually like get hoisted away by the helicopter. He just flew off with his radiation powers. I swear there was another one. Fuck.
There was, I think Joel Haver is quitting,
Really?
or it might have been someone else. I'm not sure,
I
but
swear
there
there
was definitely another one. Yeah.
But yeah, it's. I mean, it's strange.
Well, Mama Max is quitting,
Ha.
not by choice, but
Viper's probably quitting.
Yeah.
Well, I
Boat
mean,
Saxon is still
the
not
guy who
back.
made
I don't
it,
know what happened.
the guy who made his videos on Viper Vivo, he quit.
Oh.
Everyone's quitting in 2024. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and be all revisionist history about Matt Pat saying that he was a good YouTuber. Oh, he's a good little boy. He kind of sucked, but like
Yeah,
some of
Matt
those
Pat
really
is
old theories,
pretty crap.
Yeah.
like some of those really old theories where he actually went into the science of stuff instead of saying, well, actually, this Five Nights at Freddy's game, Bella Dora beat baby Chica Bell and Freddy Fazbear, or, and that's just a theory. Like I miss when he was like
Yeah.
trying to find out what actual real life thing is like the blue potion from Zelda.
Well,
You
I
know?
also
Yeah,
that
that would be
was
more interesting.
I was one of those few people that actually watched YouTube Red series when they had them. I think I still got them up there, but MatPat's
A lot of
Game
them are
Lab was
free
pretty
now.
good. Like
I'll have to,
What was
have to
his
see if it's
series?
free now.
his was Game Lab, and that was where he actually like they gave him the budget to actually do shit properly instead of just having a theory. He did shit himself.
I see.
I mean,
That sounds more
Uh,
interesting than just some guy,
yeah,
it
talking
looks like
about
some of the
fucking.
episodes are.
it was fun. I wish it kind of lasted a little longer, but it happens, you know.
A lot of YouTube Red is just, oh yeah, you get a season. Here you go.
Yeah. Or you get a
Scare
second
Beauty
season
Pie.
that's never gonna happen.
So, do we know the other YouTube? There was a few other ones that were quitting, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
it's
think those are
just
the only
not
like
really.
major ones. And then there's some that are like slowing down. I think Papa Meat is one of the big ones.
Yeah,
It's like slowing down.
that's the one. Papa Meat said he wasn't
Alright.
going to Meat Canyon. Said he was gonna kind of step away from his main channel for a bit.
Yeah. Which
I mean, he's got the podcast with Wendigoon. He's got a whole bunch of other stuff going on.
yeah.
Fair.
Which I mean, I get
I
it.
think Papa Meat has become Papa Woke. That's what happened.
Woke meat.
Unfortunately.
But then you have some that are like doubling down and planning on putting out like there's a lot of them that are planning on putting out a lot more this year.
Hell
In
yeah.
fact, for myself, I'm planning on actually doing a video or two finally. Like,
Hell yeah.
Wow.
yeah, because like listening to all the Mom Max shit really made me realize, oh yeah, people just don't get Hotline Miami. All right, didn't realize that. So I want to make a video directly taking on the criticism of like, oh, this is like vigilante thing inspired by Hotline Miami when it's kind of like it's exactly what the game tells you not to do.
No, that'd be a pretty interesting take. I think that would be interesting. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. I think you're seeing things like we've already seen some of the first wave of YouTubers kind of like come around and then take off and then either like quit or do something different or do like become actors or musicians.
Yeah, I mean,
Bo Burnham.
most
Yeah.
people,
Oh
yeah, Bo Burnham. Most people don't know Donald Glover from when he was online.
Yeah, like I most people will think of him as a musician before they'll think of him as a comedian either.
Yeah.
There was somebody, well, yeah, Joji too. There was
Yeah.
somebody that I learned recently started on YouTube. I don't remember who it was, but some, big name.
and it's not. I mean, there's also like just recently, because this kind of ties back to in a way CES because they kind of announced it there. They're doing an Until Dawn movie with David Sandberg, who started off as a YouTuber, did Lights
Oh
Out as a
yeah.
YouTube short film that became a studio film. Then he directed the two Shazam films after that. And say what you will about the Shazam films, but it's also
The first
nice
one
seeing
was
that.
good. The second one was a huge flop. That's all
Yeah.
I know.
The second one, like, it got a couple laughs out of me, and that was fine, but it just felt like a stopgap movie. It felt like Thor 2.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
You don't want to be
Christopher
compared
Eccleston
to
deserves
Thor
better.
too.
Agreed. Fucking agreed. Yeah, I watched the Marvels recently, which I'll rate it as I'll say a 6.5 out of 10. But
Jesus Christ, man.
no, but it's fine. It's not good. It's not bad. It's fine. But
6.5 out of 10 is like pretty good.
I
don't know.
admittedly I do kind of rate anything with Samuel L. Jackson higher than most. Probably. I have
It's
a
like
bias.
every Marvel movie, Bang.
Yeah,
That's not
I've
every
kind
Marvel.
of-
That's not every Marvel movie. That's like
I've kind of learned
7.
that when Bane's talking about something Marvel related, it's about half as good as he says it is.
Look, I'm excited for
So the
Daredevil. That's the
Marvels-
only Marvel thing I'm excited for, really.
The Marvels is the one that's like the biggest failure for Disney ever or something, according to the woke tubers.
Yeah, where it just it.
Well, it's
Disney's-
true. I mean, it
Disney's
is like
having
a
bad
huge flop.
year, but that's because Disney didn't. Disney pivoted in the wrong direction 3 pivots ago, and are just trying to recover from that.
Well, they're still fucking doing this like woke I'm a woman female reboot thing that happened like 10 years ago, and we got sick of it, and
Yeah,
I don't know
well,
why.
I mean, it makes sense to bring at least 2 of those characters together because, like, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel, they're very
Well,
connected.
it's not even that. It's like, oh, by the way, this is unrelated, but
Yeah.
did you hear the fucking technically unrelated? It's not Marvel, but it's the other one. Did you hear that the Mandalorian movie
Yeah.
is going to be called Mandalorian and Grogu?
Yeah,
That is
What
such
an
a
awful
shitty name.
name.
they could
And
have.
I'll tell you why. There's an in-universe reason for it.
Yeah.
Because everyone thinks that the Mandalorian, the titular Mandalorian, is Din Djarin, the
Yeah.
guy in the silver armor. The titular Mandalorian is actually Baby Yoda. It's Grogu. That's him. That's what the show's been building up to. So now to call that the Mandalorian and Grogu basically erases all of that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, even just the name of it alone, it's just so
Yeah,
fucking
it's a
boring.
mouthful.
I mean, Star Wars is wanting to try something new, and sometimes it
Are
works.
they?
But I actually think that Andor is really fucking good.
Yeah, but the only time that anything good and new happens is when it's like Andor or the first season of Mandalorian, and who gives a shit, and they didn't pay any attention.
Yeah.
And then they'll put out Andor, and they'll do like a season 2 of it or some shit, and it'll be like, hey, guess what? Slurbo Gurgo is here, and Plu Kloon and Dexter Jetster, they're all here.
Hey, listen, Plo Koon's a cool dude. He's a baller. I like Plo Koon.
What about Therm Scissor Punch? What about
That's
him?
not a real. That's not
That's
a real.
That's a real one.
character.
I think it's a real one.
That's a real character from Han Solo, a Star Wars Solo. That was a real character.
That name rings a bell, and that's why I
I
don't.
don't
I'm not
really
proud of
scissor
myself.
punching dudes in
No.
Solo.
There was a real dude, and his name was Therm Scissor Punch, and I remember there was a whole Red Letter Media bit about it because Mike thought his name was Crazy Mick Scissor Punch, but it was
Scissor punch.
Therm Scissor Punch.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I know.
Thermoculus Crescent Volt Scissor
I'm
Punch.
so happy you're learning about this now.
See, the problem with Star Wars is they had to come up with goofy names after certain points. They kind of used all the original goofy names.
I mean, yeah, like there's a character in fucking A New Hope called Snaggletooth.
yeah. There was also a girl I knew growing
sorry.
up that was nicknamed Snaggletooth too. So hey.
Bazinga.
Poor girl.
You guys hear there's
She
like
aged well, it's fine.
there's like an origin story for Bazinga on Young Sheldon.
Yeah, and admittedly, I saw the clip they put out of it. I'm like, okay, that kind of makes sense why this character would always go
really,
for Bazinga.
really quick.
Yeah.
Therm Scissor Punch was first revealed in a Denny's commercial.
Yes,
for the
Denny's Star Wars Hobbit
for the
Halls.
Star Wars anthology series film Solo: A Star Wars Story, released on my birthday, April 2nd, 2018.
Hell
Wow, April
Scissor Punch
Fool
was
Day.
later identified by name in a Denny's exclusive Topps trading card for Solo.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
it's all real. The
See,
Empire, all of it.
but see, also like the biggest problem with
They
Star
fly
Wars
now.
is like the coolest Star Wars stuff is never like the movies usually.
No, yeah, it's always like
Yeah.
Knights. I started playing Knights of the Old Republic again, by the way.
Hell yeah.
Hell,
Yeah, it's
I need to replay it.
I was worried that I was going to have trouble because I left off like in the middle of fucking the third planet or something. I was worried I was going to have trouble with the combat and stuff, but man, that game is super easy.
Yeah,
It's
it's not that hard.
It's one of those games like once you learn how to play it, like the hardest part is the first like hour where you're like, what does this do? I'm confused. Wait, why didn't I hit the guy? And then like, 10 hours in and it's just like you throw a grenade and then fucking I encountered like a dark Jedi master who was like supposedly threatening and we just walked in and steamrolled him with like spinning him around in the air and
Yeah.
like it was ridiculous.
The final boss is a bit tough, and the room before
I've
him
heard
was a bit
that,
tough.
yeah.
But if you've been leveling your character well enough, you should be fine.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
I
looking
kicked
forward
his
to
ass
it.
as like my OP fucking soldier consular build, which I love so very much.
I forget what my build is, but it's been serving me well.
I think you said Sentinel.
I think so,
think.
yeah.
Oh, I also want to mention I finished a Metal Gear collection recently.
Oh, nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, holy fuck, I forgot how good 3's ending was.
I don't remember much about 3's ending actually. I remember the boss stuff, but
Yeah.
other than that, I don't really remember. I know it was pretty good, but yeah.
It also just makes me wish that fucking Master Collection Part 2 would come out, just because I want to play 4 without having to deal with emulating it, which
It
Yeah.
would
my
probably be
PC is not
nicer than
great,
the
privilege.
official version of 4, to be fair.
It might
It's
be.
probably going to be better to emulate it still.
Well, here's the thing I'm hoping for, and this is again a hope. We know Konami. My expectations here are delusions, but
Yes.
the point I want them to do is like take 4, make it a native version, make it a native like PS4,
never gonna
PS5. They apparently had it running on the 360 at one point, so that's something.
Wow.
If they hopefully should still have the code. The game came out in 2009. 9?
Bane, you would probably know
8.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would probably know this, Bane. Didn't GTA 5 on the 360 come out on
2
like
discs.
4 discs?
2 discs.
2 discs? Okay.
Four discs
'Cause-
was Wolfenstein.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah,
and
the one that released like mid Xbox One.
Yeah, 2014. Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah, and then Lost Odyssey was also 4 discs, but that's like
Yeah.
a JRPG.
They had so many
It's
cutscenes.
basically a PlayStation 1 game, so yeah, it makes sense. But I was just thinking, like, man, a 4-disc Metal Gear Solid 4, like, it wouldn't even be 4. How many would it need to be for fucking MGS4? That would be like
For now,
6
that's
or 7.
Oh no, that'd only be one Blu-ray. That was like 26
Well,
gigs.
Blu-ray,
Oh,
but it was
DVD.
Xbox, so
Um,
yeah.
26. I think you could compress it to maybe get it to 3 DVDs.
Maybe, yeah. 3 makes sense.
And then
I wish I liked MGS4 more. My problem with MGS4 is that there's like one good level in the entire game, and then the rest of it is like weird set pieces and boss fights and cutscenes. And it's basically and like you go to Shadow Moses and it's also kind of shitty. It's just all like little tiny hand guys, and it's kind of lame.
But I honestly, I might just watch the story again. They got a cutscene.
Watch the Vine Sauce let's play the stream. I guess it is a let's play, but watch that where it spawns the wonderful butt grandpa's meme about the handsome men of MGS4. Yeah, no, it's basically a fucking cutscene. I mean, there were I remember watching him play that. There were almost entire streams where he would not even be playing the game at all. and it was just cutscenes, and people would come into chat like, why are we just watching a movie? I don't understand. Like, well, that's the shit.
Yeah, that's the shit.
Man, yeah. And, oh, we also haven't talked about some of the users we've had to deal with recently.
Oh boy.
Users like on the server.
We could talk about that one guy.
Well, there was the guy who got banned because he was like, well, he got punished for saying some, I
Yeah,
don't know, anti-trans stuff, but then he tried
Oh
to
yeah, that
evade.
guy.
He tried to evade the punishment, and then we banned him for like ban evasion or whatever
Yeah.
punish. It
Yeah,
wasn't
we-
even
we-
we didn't ban him. We
By the way-
banned him once he evaded, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, we make it very clear in our gay baby jail chat that where is it?
It's essentially like,
Be advised that if you leave during your stay, we will likely ban you for punishment evasion. It's also in the rules.
yeah,
And he did it, and he thinks it's that we banned him because of woke.
yeah.
Was it?
well, I mean, the thing was that he then said, and this just pissed me off. He was like, "Well, I mentioned this on the Kiwi Tapes Discord,
Yeah, he mentioned
and they
another
all
fucking
thought
Discord server.
this was stupid." And I'm like, "Well, I'm sure your one-sided, stupid-ass version of it, where you got banned because of the gay agenda or something, is like."
Yeah,
I'm sure that would be stupid. I agree.
I'm gonna
If that was the reason.
yeah, because he had said essentially what was a slur, and I told him like, hey, this is a warning, like delete that shit, and he told like he said like at me like I was a mod ringing him.
I think this was also not only the guy who said he was playing Crackdown 2 and not Crackdown 1, which to be fair, he said he was doing multiplayer, but like, ew, though, still.
I think it's
but also
it's free, but yeah.
He said something about like, I'm so much more homophobic in the last year or two, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's not a good thing, buddy.
Yeah, that
So
reminds
it's
me
a-
of there's
Interesting person.
this Twitter account. It's hilarious. It's called Lo-Fi Republican. I gotta try to find this fucking tweet I saw of this. But the guy was saying like, I wouldn't have been this way if all the hipster. Oh, here it is. Yo, this is great. Hold on, let me just post it in the chat here because I had to find this shit. I bookmarked this because it was gold. I probably wouldn't be a fascist today if leftism didn't turn being a white hipster guy into such a completely wretched experience after 2012. Witnessing cute scene girls trade American Apparel tights and Coachella headdresses for disgusting SJW haircuts of the shittiest political opinions in history equals
Oh,
my
please, they had
9/11.
the same hair colors in 2007. The context was just different.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Jesus fuck, dude.
If you wanna blame anybody for the bad appearance of being a white hipster guy in the 2010s, blame Phil Fish.
Phil Fish ruined a generation.
Yeah, we don't talk about how Phil Fish kind of fucked everything up. Just in general.
Especially French Canadians. Really fucked them.
I can't fucking believe you keep on doing this, Claw. Canada doesn't fucking exist. We have to keep reminding you.
Yeah.
Listen,
You need to
how
start
many
taking your
times?
meds.
How long will it take you to learn this lesson, old man? What's the meme? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I remember
Oh, I
fucking.
love the young people.
I remember when it was the discussion about I believe the strange anti-Japanese racism of gaming press in like the 2010s, late 2000s.
Yeah.
And it was Pat and Wooly talking about it. They brought up Phil Fish, who had some kind of convention thing. Some guy, for those who don't know, Phil Fish is the creator of the game Fez.
Yeah.
And
He's also the reason that we're never getting a Fez 2 because he got mad at people on
he
Twitter.
got very upset
Yeah.
on Twitter, and so we'll never get a Fez 2. Yes.
Fez is one of those games where it's like it was fine. It was, in fact, I'll put it a slight point lower than the Marvels. It was a 6 out of 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
that's tough. You don't want to be worse than the Marvels.
It's a very pretty with no substance thing. It's that's what it is. It's
Well, there was
pretty game.
substance. There was really overly bullshit puzzles.
Yeah, some
where
of you
had
with
to
QR
like
codes, which I think some were
stupid QR
expired.
shit. Yeah,
Wait.
I mean,
I don't mind QR codes in games, but when they're your whole puzzle and they revolve around it, that's a problem.
also when you steal your game concept from
That too.
fucking Super Paper Mario.
And essentially,
I think
like,
there was a Flash game too, wasn't it?
I think so.
I don't know, but I remember there was a time at some conference Phil Fish was there, and there was like he was answering questions, and some Japanese guy came up and he was like something something, what do you think about Japanese games and blah blah blah, and Phil Fish just answered with this like crazy screed about Japanese games are for losers and stupid people and they're bad and blah blah blah. And it was just like this really uncomfortable moment of this poor guy just asking an innocent question, and this horrible piece of shit just like being a dickhead right to his face for no reason.
Yeah, just
It
like,
was very awkward.
You couldn't just be nice to the guy? Come on.
Yeah, just be nice, be honest, tell him that you stole your game concept from the Japanese game Super Paper Mario.
Yeah, it's like, I basically took half of this from this, at least.
Yeah.
God, yeah, I mean, I don't know, I don't get why he just wouldn't finish 2 and just be like, alright, then I'm done. Because it's like, yeah, all the people that liked the first game would end up buying it, so you'd at least live off that.
Well, I don't even know what he's
You'd
been
think.
doing for the past fucking decade.
That's a
It's
good
funny we
fucking-
bring him up, but he like faded out of relevance in 2010 or 2015 or something, and he's just been
Phil Fish.
fucked off since then.
His name is actually Philippe Poisson.
Yep.
It is.
Yeah, he's French
Holy
Canadian.
shit!
Yeah,
It does.
and
It
fuck,
explains so much.
that was the other thing. Pat and Wooly talking about how they felt bad for years about being. Apparently, they're like from the same area as him or something too. So he brought shame upon the whole of Montreal.
God, yeah. I mean, that's not surprising.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh, a Polygon article from 2023.
Oh shit.
Wow, written entirely in AI.
The honestly, it might be the real reason Phil Fish canceled Fez 2. I wasn't feeling it.
I mean,
That's it. It's a whole article here. He was
the
on
real reason is he got ass blasted on Twitter. I mean,
he was on a podcast recently. Hey, Phil Fish,
I mean, hey, if he's
Felipe.
willing,
Hey, you know,
hey,
listen, I
hosts
won't
at
stop calling.
loudequalsfunny.com.
I won't stop calling you a stupid tunnel cunted idiot. But speaking of tunnel cunts,
yes.
Oh wait, I have one more. You remember Dead Internet?
Oh yeah,
dead internet, right?
already living
Yes,
it.
we got sad YouTube. Is this related to corporate dystopia? You know, I love me some corporate dystopia.
Kind of. So, I have to pull up the fucking share link, and it's a useful UI, so it's fine.
Yeah.
VX Twitter. I want y'all to go to that link. Oh, look at that. It's a cute little cat being petted. I want you to scroll down and read some of these comments. Now, this is a video of a cute little kitten being pet, and he's really into it. He's like arching his back up and like he's sitting like a king. Bless him. He's great. And then some of these comments. This entire let's do a normal one first.
Yeah.
Here's one that's just yes. And then here's another one in fucking quotes. Wow, this video had me at the edge of my seat. Video emoji, fire emoji, amazing.
Wow,
Again,
this
I need
article
to
really
stress-
cracked me up. Hilarious yet totally relatable. In quotes, by the way.
Okay, hang
And
on.
then
I gotta.
we have one later. This article had me giggling the whole way through. Hilarious stuff. No quotes this time. So hey, Blair painting walls. You're not as body as the rest.
I want to point out a person here named Chud Maxing who just says, "No one would find me. I'm perfectly hidden among the bots, so I'll just say I like men."
Well, hey, we found him out.
We found you.
My favorite
Read
one
out
is
his at. Read out his whole ass at.
drag
I'm
him.
good on that.
Drag
but
him.
No. Shut your day. You've been found out, sir.
This one here,
Or ma'am.
I love this one because this is the one I expect to see under every post. This is my favorite place, mommy, with a kissy face emoji. Or kissing emoji.
I would assume that that's at least relevant to the cute cat. Like, it's supposed to be a cute cat
That could be
thing.
a cute cat, or under any Instagram like influencers comments.
Yeah. Any of the old elderly man, commenters on like a morgue pie thing.
Yeah.
Or
Me on
Bane
Morgue Pie
comment.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Me on most of the Morgue Pie comments, yeah. AI is the future of engagement botting. I think it's a real person there. Somebody added a Twitter account, Dead Theory _.
Yep. And
I'm following that.
That's where a lot of these people are coming from. Actually, the actual people who are like, "Hey, check out all these bats,
Bats.
Yeah.
bats. Check out all these bots."
This episode's sponsored by Cushy Dreams, by the way.
Yes.
Loud 25 at checkout. Get yourself some weed.
Yes.
Get yourself nice and batty.
Look, Cushy Dreams. There's a lot of good stuff coming up. There's a Super Bowl coming up, which we can't say the name Super Bowl, but
oh my god,
yes,
there's a supreme
the big
supreme
game
event. Yeah.
When I worked at a place, we had a giveaway for the event one time to give you tickets to the big game, but we couldn't say it. We literally had to say the big game. And
that's great.
If we called our managers fucking heard us say anything else, we got bitched at.
Dollar store brand Superb Owl.
Yep. Gotta love that shit. But yeah, there's a Super Bowl coming up, folks. You might want to get something to partake and enjoy. I
wasn't really going into the ad. Tristan was still talking.
I'm dropping this real.
Go ahead.
I'm
go
just
ahead.
dropping this real quick.
I'm looking for something.
Yeah, but while we set this up, again, folks, Cushy Dreams. They've got everything you want. They've got Delta 8 gummies. They've got Delta 8, Delta 9. They've got even your normal CBD if you don't feel like getting high. You just want some relaxation. Code Loud25. I promise you, they've been a great sponsor to us, and
they're so good.
Hopefully, a great sponsor for a very long time.
Hopefully, a great sponsor to you and your weed consumption, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, listen. I've gotten the shipment of funny THC recently, and I've been feeling pretty good since then.
Hell yeah!
I should probably slow down though.
Huh? Maybe a little.
Understandable. Pace yourself.
Yeah.
You definitely sound like you're on Planet Majesty right now.
I'm on the 10th planet. I'm on the 10th planet from Doctor Who.
My bro is currently chatting with Ashtar. It's crazy.
Oh, hey, I just found one here. This content is sorry. As an AI training model, I'm not allowed to impersonate people or characters.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Trying to see here.
Speaking of AI, by the way, that reminds me of the funniest part of that whole Mama Max situation, where Mama Max tries to use in a call with Mutahar talking about one of the elements of the case. He tries to use Chat GPT to be like, "Can I do this in a case?" And it's like, "Yeah, certainly." And Muta's like, "That's not real legal advice." And Max just goes very smugly, Chat GPT understands the legal system.
Yep.
I hope Chat GPT is a real good lawyer for you, buddy, because you're gonna need it.
Oh, dude, we are. Again, YouTubers shouldn't be involved with trying to break up pedophile. I don't get it. I think that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Again, this shit should be handled by professionals. They fucking
not by Chat GPT, probably.
Exactly, and they let fucking people basically EDP get away with fucking everything. Because even when they had the evidence,
a lot of things.
Even when they had the fucking evidence, a photo of his own goddamn shit in a toilet bowl, even they had so much going for them, dude.
I don't understand what kind of mindset you have to be in to send a picture of your shit to somebody.
You got to be hoping for a freaky 12-year-old there. That's I don't.
That's the real Hail Mary play. I don't know. That's very unlikely.
To quote a famous movie, it's a bold strategy. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Yeah, I don't think it did.
Yeah.
He's going for the really long play.
Plus, it's even funnier. Like his sports team failed horribly recently, so he's having an awful time.
Ooh.
So, if you ever want to feel better about yourself, EDP is both in his current living situation and probably horribly miserable because his football team lost.
Well, you know,
There's checks
maybe
and
he
balances.
can go. Maybe he can go to Cushy Dreams and feel better about the big game.
Hell
Yeah, wrapped it all in.
Hell yeah.
So I brought this I brought this thing up because
Yeah.
lost my train of thought. But I brought this thing up with the weird bot comments.
Yeah.
Because have you guys ever heard of the dead internet theory?
I have.
Yeah.
It is a theory for you know our wonderful listeners who are listening in right now who maybe don't know what the dead internet theory is. It is a theory that the internet quote unquote died some time ago, and that most of the interactions that you have online are actually like really complex bots.
Yeah.
And I think it's a pretty ridiculous theory, at least on the scale of the whole internet.
Yeah.
Because when it comes to Twitter, dead internet theory is like fully in effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're certainly in dead Twitter theory. I mean, you look at that too, and most of the bots are, of course, verified. And
Yeah,
it's not
like-
the real verification, but it sure looks like it, and most people are just going to, at a glance, think it's the real verification, because that's what it's designed to be. It's designed to look like the real verification.
Yeah, I mean, God, if you look at ads, I mean, like, here are some of the wonderfully not possible, like, malware ads. Like this one where it's a YouTube link, youtube.com link to something that's a star. It's like a red star with fast. I mean, he tweets fast, and it's a dude with it's someone named Lex with a fucking. That's a Captain America fucking bored ape. Oh my god.
Gross. But have you gotten the ads just straight up of like a naked ass woman?
I have not. See, that's what kind of ads I want. How can I get those ads?
Did anybody get the jerk off pants?
I got the JO.
I did get the
great.
JO pants.
Oh, nice.
Amazing.
But I block every single ad that I come across on Twitter. Like every single advertisement, I either block or mute. And I see some really funny ads, but also a lot of ads that are literally just the same thing that I've blocked 17 different times that same day, but on a new account.
Yeah, and I mean,
Such a
I remember, you know, talking about how Gamergate was 10 years ago. Like, I remember when I started on Twitter and, you know, there were plenty of bots. There was, like, the classic Red Scare bot or whatever.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of, you know, random sex bots and stuff. I remember it reached a real problem fever pitch in, like, 2015. But then it kind of got a little better, and you know, things were improving, and now it sounds like it's worse than it's basically ever been. And
Yeah.
I know it was better for a while there before Elon showed up.
See, that's the thing. I don't really remember that much of the bot stuff from 2015. Most of the stuff I remember
existed, but it was very small.
I mean,
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't
most of the
as
stuff
bad
I
as
remember is
this.
just like fun bots. Like, oh, you know, here's the bot that bongs every time that Big Ben does. What fun!
Yeah,
Bong.
you
bong.
did
Fuck
have
every
stuff
word.
like that. Fuck every word. 9/11 every word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like character creators. I remember those a lot. Cause I'd retweet the dumbest shit. Like somebody creating like a fake version of something. It's like I'd retweet that.
Random Super Ghostbusters lyrics.
Yep.
It is
And
so
then Elon
crazy.
Musk said, "No, you're only going to get the annoying bots now. Sorry."
Sorry.
It is impressive to see a man who's like most of his income is speculative bullshit. You know, you just seeing him ruin a website that used to be at least moderately decent. You know?
Yeah, like
Somewhat decent. Yeah.
it back then it was just a user base problem. It was just, oh, there's some stupid people on Twitter. Just avoid them. But now you have the actual
Oh,
website itself that's just kind of shit.
you also
Yeah.
had Twitter not doing much about like child exploitation stuff, but
Well,
now I think
that's
it's
been a
even
thing for a
worse
while.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're never gonna like stop all of that, but I think it's definitely worse than it's been now.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, he was, this is a man who has been on certain flight logs, so we know his thoughts on that.
He was just there to talk about Iron Man. It was fine.
Yeah, he was bitching how he wasn't the star of Iron Man 2.
Yes, I really wanted to be the star of Iron Man 2. I just,
Who the fuck is Robert Downey Jr.?
I'm
Why
the
do I-
only Downey you need.
Admittedly, I had thought about doing a game show, starting a game show out now called Kevin Durant or Kevin Durant or fucking Elon Musk, because they look the same. There's a trailer that just came out for a movie called, I think it's Abigail, and Kevin Durant, who he's been on Lost. I love that show still.
Oh, he was the boat guy,
Yeah,
right?
he was the boat guy. The guy who, again, he
Heaney
hasn't.
was his name, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's been years. I need to rewatch the first season.
Oh, I was just watching the Billiam retrospectives on Lost. That show is so fantastic. I like it every time. I like it more every time I watch an episode, a video from him about Lost.
I
had
may
season
need to,
5 recently.
I might need to rewatch. I mean, to watch Billiam's videos of him.
Yeah, it's like 12. It's like fucking 20 hours of content now or something. But yeah, no, I that's who I thought you were talking about, because he does look a lot like Elon. He looks like Elon if he had his life together.
That's exactly the guy. But he has barely changed, like his face. Like his face has barely changed since Lost. So he looks exactly like that still. It's like, oh shit.
Funny thing too, speaking of, it's not really related, but so there's a guy on Lost, Michael Elmerson, who went on to be on the show Person of Interest, along with a guy named Jim Caviezel, who I only just recently learned is like insane, like QAnon insanity crazy. Which, by the way, I have to concede to like the one guy who might be like shaking his fist when I say that. Like, okay, fine. There was a trans pedo groomer cult, and there was the Epstein list this year, so I can't deny that QAnon people have had a couple dubs. But I'm saying,
a broken clock.
Listen. They thought that John F. Kennedy was just gonna come back to life and show up where he died. They thought that was gonna happen for real.
I mean,
yeah, it's like
no
travel.
metaphor.
I hope that would happen, but
yeah, it'd be great. But they really thought it was gonna happen. There's a whole ass fucking prophecy.
All their prophecies were so fun. It'd be funny to just look through various QAnon prophecies, see which ones came true. All of them, obviously.
Oh man. I don't know. I don't really know. What do you guys? You guys have
Journals.
Journals.
I don't have anything else.
Let's get to the Journals, boys.
Motherfucking Jew tunnels.
Okay, so this was the whole context for this. There is like decades
the
of
whole context.
God damn it!
Something funny about holes.
There is a lot of things to be careful with saying about here, but essentially there are a lot of sects of Judaism.
It really fucking sucks that Gabe isn't here.
This would have been great if Gabe.
Yeah, he would give us. He would definitely. It would give us the pass a little bit more so yeah, we wouldn't feel as collar pull.
Listen, we'll have him on soon. He can tell us where we slipped up.
Yeah.
So
anyways, what were those? I was gonna say something horrible. Never mind.
The Jew tunnels.
Yeah.
What were those Junnels up to? What were they doing?
So the tunnels were built essentially by a splinter group of the Chabad Lubavitch movement. I've done a lot of research to actually not fuck this up. So
it sounds like I'm watching a Metal Gear Solid documentary. I love it.
Chabad Lubavitch.
But essentially, the Splinter Group, a lot of these people believe that the rabbi, I believe it's a rabbi again. I'm bad with Catholicism, and I was raised Catholic, so
Huh.
this is battling me. But this man who led the movement, he died in 1994. Essentially, these people believed that he was still physically alive, and this tunnel was to get closer to where his burial was, but also had an entrance and an exit that was within. One was outside of these two buildings. They dug this tunnel under these two buildings, which has effectively ruined the foundation of these buildings. So that's a bad sign. But
yeah, you don't want that to happen.
But yeah, these guys built.
I can't believe these motherfuckers built a tunnel. They dug a whole ass tunnel to do a fucking necromantic ritual.
Yeah, they just wanted to be close to this like rabbi who died in 1994. This man, again, he led the movement for, I believe, like at least 40 years. But
that man is stinking up his coffin.
That man is dust.
And this, of course, had. It was a great tweet I saw. I don't think I retweeted it. There's only about like 5 or 10 people online I trust to make great jokes about this, other than just going into weird racism, which has happened.
Yeah.
Careful you don't get the Owen Benjamin jokes about the Junnels. You don't need that.
Yeah. Oh, well, because they also... there is a drop to where they come in and they have to climb out of the outside hole. They have to climb in and out of. It's a drop. Like you've seen a sewer grate. You know, it's a bit deep. The moment they heard there was a place from the land, which was a mattress, and it was soiled, that instantly got certain people online.
Yeah, I saw people talking about how you know they were pulling dirty mattresses out from under there.
Yeah, which
like, what were they doing in there?
As someone who has always wanted to dig a secret tunnel under things, yeah, you would need a mattress to land on. What do you? That's a part of the job.
Yeah, these people haven't thought about the logistics of the secret Jew tunnel.
You didn't think of the smell, you bitch.
And nobody thinks about the mouthfeel.
Exactly. But yeah, no, they again, 9 people under the age, between the ages of 19 and 22 were arrested on charges including criminal mischief, reckless endangerment.
Can we call that? Can we just refer to that as Christief?
Christief.
I was gonna call. I was just gonna call it general tomfoolery.
I gotta find the New York Post had a great headline. If I can find it. It was on their newspaper.
Oy vey, I can't believe all of these tunnels just dug themselves.
Oh, it's that close. It's I'm skipping forward in the video. What we
need is like Nix Hicks Sticks Picks kind of headline for this. Like, I don't know how you do it, but they could probably, somebody needs to do it.
I'm trying to find. Oh, okay. Here it is. They Chabad Bois spark holy war by digging illegal tunnel under Brooklyn synagogue. Which
Chabad Bois.
The New York Post is like a weird like hit rag in general, but goddamn, they nailed that headline. They. That's Subway. They said Subway.
Wait, why Subway?
Well, because
subterranean.
Like oy vey, Subway.
Well, where do they get sub from? That's not a pun.
Well, because they're underground. It's a tunnel.
That's a stupid pun.
It's a stupid pun, but it's also
I like Chabad Boys, but they lost me with that first part.
But these people were literally just digging a tunnel, get like closer to their religious. The guy they believed is the Messiah or reborn. I believe. I'm not great with knowledge of that kind of stuff, but
we should have gotten Gabe on.
But people overblew it. Again, these guys are getting arrested. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen to those 2 buildings.
It's just
I mean,
such a funny thing.
obviously, people are taking it in like an anti-Semitic direction, like they
Oh,
must
yeah.
be up to something nefarious. They're out to stop Christmas or something.
People started going around and finding like QAnon ass clues all
Yeah.
around Brooklyn. There's this one person. There is a statue of a crocodile man digging a little guy with like a bag around his head into the sewers, and that's in a that's in a subway tunnel, I believe.
No.
And this wonderful individual, this bright and shining star of a human being, thinks that there's a connection to the Jew tunnels under the synagogue because this is in Brooklyn and the synagogue was the Jew tunnels were found in Brooklyn.
Oh, that's flawless
Buddy, do
logic.
you know, buddy, do you know how big Brooklyn is?
Yeah, do you know how many people like live in fucking Brooklyn? Holy
Somebody,
shit.
you know what happened? Somebody was playing too much of one of those games like King's Quest, and they were just like, "Oh, this has to be related to the puzzle. There's a crocodile man and Jews. That's gonna get me. That's gonna open the door to the next part of the game."
Also,
Absolutely.
he he thinks that the crocodile man's dragging a baby into the sewer
Oh
when
yeah,
it's
it's a
not a
Moloch
baby at all.
crocodile.
It's a man in a full ass suit. He just has a weird baby head. Let me
Jeez.
What does
show
that
you
say
the
about
image.
society?
He's got like a bag for a head. It's weird. But it's not a baby. He's wearing a full ass suit. He even has a waistcoat.
Yeah, people are just fucking absurd. You know, my belief, tunnels should be everywhere. So, you know,
Yeah, we
yeah.
need more tunnels, just in general. That woman last week, she
Yeah.
had it right.
we
She
just
has the
want to
right
dig.
idea.
She knew what was up.
A
That's all
world
I'm
without tunnels is a world not worth living.
Exactly. The
So
children yearn for the mines.
they do. By the
Yeah.
way, this episode is sponsored by Cushy Dreams.
Yep. Cushy
Use
Dreams
code
Yep.
code Loud25 at checkout.
Hell yeah.
25% off.
With that, you guys want to wrap it up? I kind of want to get something to eat. I'm starving.
Yeah,
Well,
my head is swimming.
I wanted to just quickly mention the other big news as of like yesterday or something. Chris Chan has had an interview with Kerfuffles.
Yeah.
Noted, super cool, leftist trans streamer who everybody
She's
likes.
a grifter. She's a fucking grifter.
I would say closer to
Uh.
center than left if we're being if we want to be really honest about her
Yeah.
politics, but I mean,
I wouldn't know. I just know she, there were some kerfuffles over Kiwi Farms and stuff, but she got Chris Chan on.
Yeah.
There was an edited interview. Apparently, it was originally going to be live, but then she decided to exploit the suffering of Chris Chan and his trans identity and his raped mom by paywalling the full thing on her Patreon
Oh,
for
that's always really cool.
$100,000.
Holy
It's
shit.
called the Christory tax, and it was essentially like
My
if you
fucking
chuds
God.
want the full story, you'll have to pay me.
I almost halfway respect that in a way.
I mean, almost, but it's like someone trying to make this argument about Chris Chan is being harassed and exploited by Kiwi Farms, and then they're doing this.
I will be 100% honest though. If somebody pays that money and it's literally just like not even edited, it's what it is right now already. That'd be funny. I'm sorry.
That is kind of funny.
Like, admittedly, like a Christian interview non-edited sounds like a rambling mess. So I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of the thing. From what I don't know. I didn't hear anything particularly notable about the actual article or the actual video rather, but just it came out. It seems as though she was kind of trying to bait him into, various discussions about like Null and Kiwi Farms. And Chris's main thing against Null was that he like called the cops on Chris after like raping his mom and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know. It wasn't a very. It was supposed to be like a gotcha, I think, against Kiwi Farms and her haters or whatever, and it was exploiting Chris for that purpose, but I don't think it's exactly landed. I don't think people like kerfuffles anymore. I don't think people are super down for her.
Yeah, public
Yeah.
opinion has shifted.
Somewhat.
I think it was I'm pretty sure recording of her saying the N word.
Well,
Which
there
is
was
always-
a situation where she apparently doxed this fellow foreign man in a foreign land who's like a Dominican guy who does like
I don't
various
remember that.
videos, and I remember that came up recently.
Probably before I started paying attention.
I think it was like actually within the last few weeks or month or something.
Oh,
Like,
so it's
she's-
after I stopped paying attention.
She's I think continued to be the way. I mean, I don't know, allegedly, but that's what I have picked up on this situation. Maybe it's not totally true, but
I do not know on that one.
that's about it for me.
Hey, if somebody posts that interview, you'll find out here.
Yeah, well,
Maybe.
we'll talk
I
all
don't know.
about it.
Probably not, honestly. I think I listened to like 10 minutes of it and I was like, yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah, I think I would probably mention, hey, somebody paid $100,000 for some shitty video. Isn't that funny? And then we would move on.
Like, can you imagine
We would
being this
name-
sucker?
We would name and shame them just like the guy who got that has-been hotel porn.
Yeah, we didn't
Oh
talk about that.
God!
We didn't talk about that.
Honestly,
you
I
know.
kind of... I want to wait till that guy responds to talk about that, because that is a wild story, and I just have to hear something. Like,
Well,
I gotta know.
We'll save it
know,
for next time. Then.
the fucking
Yes.
character designs already look like porn, so I hope he feels like he got, what was it, $50,000
It
or
was
something?
it was $50,000, and it wasn't even porn. It was PG-13.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Like, I'll link it to you later. You have to watch it. It's funny.
50,000. I mean, like, there's a lot of people who you could pay a lot less than that. That guy got scammed hardcore.
Yeah, that whoever somebody
You could
made
pay
a
Vivzy
bag.
Pop herself to do that, probably.
For that much money. I think Vizzy would do it, and you get a lot more fucks out of it too.
Yeah.
It
I don't know. That's very funny.
patented to get more fucks.
You got to get the fucks. It's all about
Yeah.
the fucks.
Remember, the best way to be funny is say fuck, make a bunch of dick references. Actually,
And then
admittedly,
shout the
some
N-word really loud.
Okay,
Yeah.
depending on the context, all three of these could be theoretically funny. It's just you got to be
It's
funny
true.
to do it.
You have to do them all, and you have to do them as forcefully as possible.
Or better yet, let Ted McFarlane have apathy again and do the Ted series, because it's been funny so far from what I've seen. I've only seen clips, but it's actually pretty funny.
Did you say Ted McFarlane?
Or Seth MacFarlane, the Ted show. I fucked
Oh.
with.
Yeah, I've seen some clips of it, and it's not too bad.
Yeah, the clips out
Or
of
saying they
context.
like it.
Heartbreaking. Seth MacFarlane makes us laugh.
Yeah, well, Seth MacFarlane, whenever he writes, it seems like he's got bangers in him. It's just whenever he doesn't write something, he becomes what Family Guy has become. Or actually, in
American
Well,
Dad is
American Dad's
apparently
good, yeah.
still good. American Dad has apparently like only gotten better or something. So
it
like,
from
that's
everything I've
crazy.
seen, it's never stopped
American
being
Dad
good,
also
so-
has like nothing to do with Seth MacFarlane
He just
actually
does the
outside of the
voices.
voices.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which he's a damn good voice actor.
he is. He's a good
Hell
singer
yeah.
too.
Honestly, yeah, his fucking this could turn into a 20-minute Seth MacFarlane jerk off session if we don't slow down.
Honestly, I'd be
I'm
down
good
to
to
watch
jerk
some
him
more
off.
Seth MacFarlane stuff and maybe do a hyperfixation on it.
Honestly, I will tell you guys how a TED series is, and if you should watch it tonight, because I'm gonna watch the first one tonight. Because the clips,
I mean, I haven't even seen the movie, so
Yeah, I'll link you. I'll link you one of the clips that I think I retweeted because it was so fucking good. But
no, I'm glad people are enjoying the thing.
oh yeah. Well, with that, folks, that's all we got. This has been episode 31.
That's right. We're officially the age of a guy who watches Blue's Clues and jerks the hell off.
Yeah,
This is Deadwing Dork
You're
signing out.
You're gonna be sitting in that thinking chair with your pants around your ankles.
Yeah, but at least you're not like harassing minorities or something. You're just jerking off to Paw
Jesus
Patrol.
Christ.
Well,
Penis.
Yeah,
penis.
it's been a good one, penis.